To Bowens, he pitches it back to Gunner for a little flea flicker action. It's caught by Colby Young on the far sideline around the 32-yard line. They'll tackle him from behind at the, where are they going to spot him? At the 27-yard. Now they've moved it back to the 29-yard line, but that's a Scana Energy first down.
Flea flicker, it was a great, very well defense from Ole Miss, but what a tremendous throw from Gunner Stockton. Couldn't have placed it any better in the hands of Colby Young. Huge play for the Dogs on this first drive.
Well, the side judge spotted it on the 29. Now they've moved it up to the 25, so it's a 36-yard gain for Georgia on the Ole Miss 25-yard line. Shotgun snap to Stockton. He turns and hands it to Nate Frazier. He veers to the right, running towards the numbers, and will be stopped as he crosses the line of scrimmage at the 24-yard line. It's only a pickup of 1 as Ole Miss stopped him on that right edge. And they'll force the second down and 9 now for the Bulldogs as Georgia's moving on their first possession a couple of minutes into the first quarter. Young came out of the game a little bit injured. We'll check on him. Play fake Stockton. He throws. Back shoulder throw and catch made by Noah Thomas inside the 10. Flags are down on the play. And it might be offensive pass interference. We shall see. Thomas made the catch, and they stopped him at the 6. But the flag is thrown at the 13, and it may be a penalty coming against the Dogs.
There are 2 fouls on the play, both of them against the offense. An eligible player downfield, number 56. That penalty is declined. Offensive pass interference, number 5. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot, second down.
And Noah Thomas did get his hands extended. I know they've been allowing the receivers and corners to play physical this year in the SEC, but you can't extend your arms. When they see a receiver extend their arms and the cornerback react on that, they're going to throw that flag.
Referee today is Daniel Gautreaux, 15-yarder against the Dogs. We're back on the Ole Miss 39-yard line. It's second down and 24. Colby Young has come out of the game and gone into the injury tent for Georgia. We'll follow what's going on with him as the Dogs hit Branch on a short pass to the left. Inside the numbers, he tries to shake away from the defenders, but Ole Miss will make the tackle right at the line of scrimmage with Cam Franklin, their very talented defensive end. No gain on the play. Now it's going to be 3rd and a mile. They give him a yard. 3rd and 23, they call it. The ball just inside the Ole Miss 39-yard line, and we'll call it the 38.5. Cash Jones checks in on 3rd down. We send Lucky in motion to the right. And we hand it off to Cash straight down the hash mark on the run on 3rd and long. And we punch it inside the 35, tackled at the 33.5 by TJ Daughtery, the linebacker. And he's the Ole Miss leading tackler this season. So that'll be 4th and 19. The penalty really hurt this possession. We'll go reaching for a long field goal here with Peyton Woodring to try to get the Dogs on the board first. They'll spot it down on the 41, near hash, kicking left. A 51-yard try for Woodring. He made a 53-yarder at Auburn last week. Here we go. Snap, hold, kick on the way. It's got good distance. Does it have the accuracy? You bet it does. Good. 51-yard kick by Peyton Woodring. He's done it again, and with that good kick, the good hands at Allstate will contribute to the Georgia Bulldogs Athletic Scholarship Funds for student athletes across all sports. Thank you to Allstate. Georgia with a 3-0 lead, 11:05 to go first quarter. Ole Miss gets the ball when we come back. Our first half today presented by attorney Ken Nugent. Injured in a wreck, there's only one call, that's all. CallKen.com, the website. Georgia 3, Ole Miss nothing on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
After you work out, you can feel worn out. Reach for Core Power to recover right. A delicious protein shake with 26 grams of high-quality protein to build muscle. Champion your recovery with Core Power. Proud partner of Georgia football. Learn more at corepower.com.
In the front row.
Coach, what sets this team apart?
The ability to keep improving, innovating, evolving. That's what champions do, just like Ford. Whether it's the gas-powered F-150 iDrive, the Power Boost Hybrid, or an all-electric F-150 Lightning, that's a championship team. Next question.
Visit your local Ford dealer or Ford.com for great offers on Ford F-150, the official truck of the Georgia Bulldogs.
Ford F-150, built Ford tough. Go Dogs.
When the game's over, keep the action rolling with Massey Ferguson compact and utility tractors. These straightforward and dependable machines are built to handle your toughest tasks in the yard or around the farm. Don't let the season slow down. Visit your local Massey Ferguson dealer today.
I'm CJ Allen, and you're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Radio Network, presented by Georgia Power. Here for Georgia, here for you, and here for every play.
Hey Dog Nation, I'm excited to let you in on a little secret. When it comes to home financing, Southeast Mortgage is the real deal. We have a winning game plan to tackle your home loan needs. Southeast Mortgage understands what it means to support Georgia, and we'll make your home buying experience a winning drive. Get in the game and choose Southeast Mortgage. Visit our website at southeastmortgage.com/UGA to get started. Let's score a touchdown for your future. Go Dogs.
NMLS number 103956. Georgia Residential Mortgage Licensee number 6578.
In the SEC, it just means more. But what is it exactly? It's the fans, the students, the traditions, the legends. It's passion to celebrate deeper, reach farther, think smarter, make an impact off the field. It's that intangible thing that happens when 16 schools raise the bar as one. Because in the SEC, it just means more.
Back inside the Piedmont Healthcare radio booth, Dogs go 42 yards in 7 plays and connect with a 51-yard Peyton Woodring field goal. He's now 7 of 8 on field goal tries this year, 2 for 2 from 50 yards plus, and Georgia has a 3-0 lead as we go down to the Attorney Ken Nugent sidelines and DJ Shockley. Shock.
Hey, fellas, got an update on Kobe Young. Obviously, he has an ankle, and they say he is out for now, so I'll keep monitoring that situation. And as the defense gets on the field, one thing they also wanted to pay attention to was limit the legs. So we'll see if we can contain Chambliss in this ball game, but that was one of their top 3 keys is limiting legs.
All right, Shock, thank you very much. Here's Woodring's kick from right to left, a high hanging kick, going to sail out of bounds. That's not good. And the flag comes out, and it'll be a 35-yard line start for the Ole Miss Rebels as the ball sailed out of bounds on this near sideline. Off to the left for Peyton Woodring's kick. So Ole Miss with decent starting field position at the 35. Georgia football is brought to you in part by Barbasol Shaving Cream. Why pay more for gels when Barbasol delivers an instant, thick lather for a close, comfortable shave? Choose Barbasol, a quality shave and trusted value. Dogs with a 3-0 lead. Ole Miss touches the ball now for the first time. Trinidad Chambliss is the quarterback. The transfer from Ferris State, a Division II school where he won a national championship with his team. Last year they defeated Valdosta State back in December. And he jumped in the portal after the season. Now he's at Ole Miss and was the number 2 guy when the season began, but now he's the number 1 guy. Play fake and a short dump pass to the tight end to the right. And Daquan Wright, who's a load, makes that catch and then lumbers up the near sideline while we go low and high on him with C.J. Allen to make the tackle at the 48-yard line. But it's a quick gain of 13 and a first down for the Rebels on the first play. Stacked up and ready to go out of the shotgun. Play fake Chambliss. He throws it wide, misses his target on the left side of the field at the Georgia 35-yard line, trying to get it to Dejon Stripling. And Ellis Robinson was in coverage there. The ball a little bit behind the receiver and to his left as it lands incomplete. So it'll be second down now for the Rebs. Second down and 10 on their own 48-yard line. They're in white, Dogs in red and silver breeches. Blue helmets for the Ole Miss Rebels. They've got 2 men in the backfield. One of them's the tight end. Now they snap it while they're looking to the sidelines. And Chambliss with time being pressured from the back. Throws it out to his running back, Lacey, on this near sideline in the right flat. And he'll push the ball up to the 50-yard line. Kejuan Lacey tackled by C.J. Allen just over the 50-yard line for a 2-yard gain, barely into Georgia territory. It's third down and 8. Rebels already up over the football, ready to snap it. Sanford Stadium noise grows a little bit louder. They slide a man in motion from the left. Chambliss wants to throw, looks left all the way. Quick slant, he fires, and it's caught complete near the first down marker, and I think he's got it. Caden Lee from Kennesaw, Georgia, made the cradling catch near the Georgia 40, tackled by the safety K.J. Bolden. But, yeah, he got enough for the first down at the Bulldog 42. It was a gain of 8, and that's what he needed. So it's 1st and 10 Rebs. They go with 3 receivers right and 1 to the left. Empty backfield for Trinidad Chambliss. He will rear back and rifle another one. It's caught once again. This is Harrison Wallace, a Penn State transfer, who's immediately tackled at the 34-yard line. C.J. Allen, boy, he's getting his money's worth here on this first series. That's another tackle for the Georgia linebacker. As the Rebels roll, now they'll run it for the first time. Run it with Lacey straight ahead, right into the pile down the hash mark, pushing their way across for a first down at the 30-yard line. He didn't get a lot, but he didn't need a lot for the first to move the sticks. 9 minutes showing on the clock, first quarter. Ole Miss ready to go. Split backfield, 3 receivers left. And one out of Wallace. Motions out of the backfield to the left. Chambliss wants to go deep. He throws it. He throws it well over his target. He was going for the tight end down on the sideline. Daquan Wright running down the left sideline, and Chambliss just airmailed it close to the hedge, threw it right into and over the Ole Miss bench, incomplete.
Great coverage on the far side of the field from Jonel Aguero.
He's going to have his hands full if he's on the tight end all day. Chambliss with Lacey to his left wants to throw again. They're trying to pick the Dogs secondary apart here on this first series. Another pass completed at the 25, and Stribling will be tackled at the 20-yard line. Aguero and Justin Williams, the linebacker, converge. 2 hits on the ball carrier that time.
Scott, we did expect them to go after our secondary with the injuries, notably Ja'Cory Thomas getting the start today in the secondary at safety.
Yeah, no Kyron Jones today. 10-yard pickup for the Rebels. They're on the Georgia 20 and moving. 3-0 is the lead for Georgia as Chambliss play fake and a quarterback run right down the hash. Just between the tackles run until he was stopped at the 13-yard line by Chris Cole, the linebacker from Salem, Virginia. Ole Miss driving. Now they started at their 35. They pushed it inside the Georgia 15-yard line. Going to be 2nd down and 3, and they'll go for the right corner of the end zone. They throw it there, and it's incomplete near the right side of the end zone as Georgia had tight man coverage on that right side of the field, trying to get it into Harrison Wallace. Ellis Robinson had him covered up. Georgia has a player down back towards the middle of the line of scrimmage, so the game will be halted temporarily as Kristen Miller is the injured player. Ole Miss on the move with 7:48 to go first quarter. Dogs have an injury, leading 3-0. Let's pause 10 seconds. Station identification on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. Injury timeout for the Dogs. Not what you wanted to hear, of course. Georgia with a 3-0 lead. So we've got a break. Our first half today presented by attorney Ken Nugent. Injured in a wreck. There's only one call. That's all. Callken.com is the website. 3-0 Georgia in front of Ole Miss, but the Rebels are threatening when we come back on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
It's college football season, so you need all the energy you can get. Luckily, Georgia Power knows a thing or two about saving energy. We understand that energy costs are an important part of your budget. That's why we're dedicated to providing tools and assistance that can help make a difference, so you can save your energy for the game. Visit georgiapower.com/myenergy to learn more.
At Kroger, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never compromise your meal with our spring salad mix, guaranteed fresh. And you never compromise your budget with low prices in every aisle. And you never compromise your appetite with our golden brown bread that's baked fresh in store. And you never compromise your wallet with our low prices. Kroger shoppers never compromise. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Don't go anywhere. The Dogs are coming right back. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Your Barbasol shave is a time for self-reflection. Look in that mirror and ask yourself, can I make a real difference in this world? Of course you can. Just not today. The big game is on. Barbasol. It's a can of can-do.
Snakes, zombies, public speaking. The list of fears is endless. But the real danger is in your hand when you're behind the wheel. Distracted driving is what's really scary and even deadly. Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
The right partner makes all the difference. For more than 185 years, we've forged personal relationships with our customers and communities, funding economic development and rallying around the causes that are important to our neighbors. With the technology, products, and expertise you expect from a big bank and the local decision-making and commitment to community from your neighborhood bank, United Bankshares is your trusted financial partner for life. Proud to support the Arch Award and the Dogs. Bankwithunited.com. United Bankshares. Member FDIC.
Georgia lineman Kristen Miller, a slow walk to the sideline after the injury, back inside the Piedmont Healthcare radio booth. Ole Miss 3rd and 3 on the Georgia 13, trailing Georgia 3-0 here in the first quarter. They slide a man in motion to the slot to the right. Snap back to Chambliss in the shotgun. He'll throw it out in the right flat to Lacey, the running back. Makes the catch with a head of steam inside the 10, dragged down on the sideline around the 7 or the 8-yard line. Another tackle for C.J. Allen. And the gain's about 5. And it's going to be goal to go as they pick up the 3rd down conversion. Goal to go on the Georgia 7. Ole Miss trying to go in and take the lead. Handoff to Lacey. And Lacey bounces out left, breaks away from a tackle by Aguero, stays on his feet to the 5. He got about 2 more yards after contact, originally by Joe Nell, and then was stopped by K.J. Bolden on the 5-yard line.
Aguero met Lacey in the hole, but didn't bring the leather with him. Got planted.
Just kind of slid right down his body.
Sure did.
Yeah, Lacey's a load at 5'11" and 210, the transfer from Missouri. Can you imagine if he was at Missouri with Hardy in that backfield now? It's nasty as it is for the Tigers, but it would be even more so.
Kristen Miller back in for the Dogs at defensive tackle.
That's good news. Logan Diggs has checked into the backfield for Ole Miss. And Chambliss is trying to get him in position. They run out of the pistol. He'll play fake, keep it. Ball's on the ground. He fumbled the football, but the quarterback fell on it for Ole Miss. That ball was spinning around sideways on the grass, and Georgia had a man dive for it. It came out on the mesh, trying to hand it off to Logan Diggs, and Chambliss dropped it, but he fell back on it. On the 7-yard line, Ja'Cory Thomas was right there trying to get to it. But Chambliss had the advantage. So Ole Miss dodges one there. It's 3rd and goal from the 7.
Ole Miss has lost 4 fumbles on the season. Bad quarterback, running back exchange there.
3 receivers right, 1 to the left, and Diggs in the backfield. They work out of the shotgun on 3rd and goal. On the 7, pressure from the edges. Oh, Chambliss escapes. He's running left. He escapes again at the 5, gets inside the pylon for a touchdown. We had 2 cracks at him, Chris Cole and Raylan Wilson, and neither linebacker could get him down. Touchdown Ole Miss, and they take the lead 6-3. 7-yard run, or 5-yard run, excuse me. No, it was 7, right? After the fumble, it was 7.
Can't miss the dead to right sack in the pocket, guys. That's just not going to be something the Dogs are going to be able to do and expect to have success today. When you get a free shot at him, you got to get him on the ground.
Lucas Carnero for the point after try for the Rebels into the east end zone, and the kick is up, and it is good, and it is 7-3. The Rebels take the lead. Well, they had a shorter field to work with because after we scored the field goal, we kicked it out of bounds, and they started at the 35. They chew up some clock, and they keep the ball for a long time. 14 plays. They cover the 65 yards in 5 minutes and 18 seconds of game time. And Chambliss scores on the 7-yard touchdown run. That's his 4th rushing touchdown of the season to take the 7-3 lead. Visit your local Toyota dealers for great offers on trucks during Truck Month. Truck like you truck in a 2025 Toyota Tacoma and Tundra. Toyota, let's go places.
Scott, the bottom line is we've seen too many 14-play drives this season, no matter the yardage gained. I feel like that's at least the 10th 14-play drive our defense has given up in the early portions of football games.
There have been a bunch.
It's not really 10, but that's just what it feels like.
Carnero to kick it away left to right towards the east end zone. And that's a high, spinning, booming kick. And Branch won't even look at it. He just walks off the goal line, starts trotting towards the sideline. As the offense comes onto the field, Zachariah will apparently not be in the huddle for this first snap from the 25-yard line. Georgia will take the touchback, go back to work. They trail now 7-3. See if they can do something about that here on this possession. Stockton in the shotgun with Frazier in the backfield to his left. We run the tight end Delpin motion, pump fake to the flat, pump fake again, and throw it back to the flat. Almost picked off as we tried to go to Dylan Bell around the 21-yard line. And they had Antonio Kite that was anticipating that throw, dove for the ball, but just knocked it incomplete. And it'll be second down and 10. That was a dangerous pass play as Gunner had a couple of pump fakes in there, Josh, but really couldn't find a guy he wanted to go to.
Yeah, Ole Miss had 3 defenders amongst 2 receivers for the Dogs. That's why he didn't let it fly.
Dogs on the 25, second down and 10. They hand it off out of the shotgun to Nate Frazier. Frazier will stutter step up close to the 30, and that's where the pile begins, and then the drive of the pile starts after that for about another 2 yards to the 32-yard line. Big Micah Morris up in there leading the charge for Georgia on the left side of that offensive line. Got 7 from Nate Frazier. It's 3rd and 4. They call it a 6-yard gain. Ball just across the 31-yard line. 3 receivers to the right for Gunner, 1 to the left. Drew Bobo talking to his line mates there as he snaps the football back in the shotgun. Gunner with time, going to run it now to the 30, 35, dives across the 35 to the 37-yard line. They'll bring it back a yard, spot him on the 36, but Gunner picks up the Scana Energy first down on the 4-yard run.
Good job picking up the 3rd down. We missed the opportunity to pick up a 3rd down in the first drive because we were way behind the chains. Ole Miss chose to drop 8 in coverage that time. Gunner nowhere to throw. Good job with his legs.
1st and 10 Dogs on the 36. Chauncey Bowens checks in the backfield for the Dogs. We put Bell out to this near side, and Humphreys in tight to the right. And we got a couple of tight ends. We'll throw to one. Delp, he goes up high, gets clobbered in the back, and the ball high off his fingertips and incomplete. He took a shot in the high back right below his helmet from Wydette Williams, the nickelback, as that pass from Gunner was a little bit high and out of his reach, and Delp has come to the sidelines.
Love the read by Gunner that time. Right out of the read option, pulled it out of the running back's belly. That's the run pass option that we like. The tight end streaking up the middle of the field, just couldn't connect.
A little too high on the throw. Bowens out of the pistol now. Bunch formation to the right. Elias Williams, a tight end in, and we'll run it with Chauncey. Bowens angles at right tackle. He's hit at the 42 to 43. We move the pile up to the 45-yard line. Chauncey Bowens not easily going down up to the 45. That's a gain of 9. It's very short of the first down, however. We line up quickly and just push it straight ahead and get the first down. We only needed less than half a yard, and the Dogs with Gunner just keep it and dive straight ahead for the first down.
Love the mix of the play calls so far early on in this game, and good to see Chauncey Bowens with that leg drive, Scott. We weren't sure how much he'd be able to play this week, but he seems perfectly healthy so far.
They need him today. He's in the game right now. 3 receivers to the left side of the offense. Georgia moving from right to left here in the first quarter, trailing 7-3. Shotgun snap. Gunner fires it out to Branch. He's got blocking. Now he's trying to make men miss, which he's doing over midfield and into Ole Miss territory. Boy, you just can't get that guy on the ground either.
Well, you can't get him on the ground, but also, too, just a tremendous run. This just shows you the skill that he has. He's setting up the block of London Humphreys, starts to go wide. The defender sees that, rushes over the top, and then jump cuts back inside. Zach's just tremendous with the ball in his hand.
Finally tackled at the Ole Miss 44 by Chris Graves, an 8-yard gain. It's second down and a couple for the Dogs in Rebel territory. Bowens out of the pistol behind Stockton. Gunner hands it to him. Chauncey goes low right down the hash to the 40. Maybe a yard shy of that, but he gets the first down. They're going to mark him at the 41. He got 3 and a first. Xavier Harris, the big giant in the middle of that defensive line at 6'8" and 330 from Canton, Mississippi, made the tackle on Bowens. Bobo and Glover, key to the block there for that 3-yard first down run.
I can't stress enough how easy it makes third down conversions when you have success on first and second down.
Dogs moving steadily, trailing 7-3, getting late in the first quarter, approaching the 2-minute mark remaining. Play fake. Stockton. They fake the reverse as well. Throw a back shoulder. A diving catch by Lucky. What a catch. And a great adjustment by Lawson Lucky. Unguarded on this near sideline at the 28 as he dives to the ground trying to catch that ball. He had to move his whole body. He had to flip his body around, Josh, just to make that back shoulder catch.
Lucky, tremendous play.
28-yard line, 13-yard pickup, first down Georgia. Play fake on the sweep. Now Gunner will throw it out to Frazier with a blocker on the right edge. They drag him down. Might be a horse collar. Flags come in from all over the place at the 27, 28-yard line.
Definitely a horse collar there. Elias Williams out front, lead blocking.
Personal foul, horse collar tackle, defense, number 26. The penalty will be enforced half the distance to the goal from the end of the run. First down.
Daniel Gautreau, the referee, and that was Taj Chambers, one of the linebackers, a transfer from Missouri State that made that horse collar tackle, and that's going to put the Dogs inside the Massey Ferguson red zone for the first time. Massey Ferguson, born to farm, built to perform. The penalty marked off to the Ole Miss 13-yard line. First and goal on the Rebel 13.
Scott, Ole Miss has 47 penalties on the year. I'd put that in the undisciplined category.
I agree with you. They're crowding the box right now, though. They've got 4 down linemen and 4 right behind him. Play fake Stockton. He rolls to the right. Hits Delp, who's back in after he took a shot earlier on the right sideline. Oscar Delp with a nice catch and then out of bounds at the 6-yard line. Suntarian Perkins was right there with him, forcing him into the boundary. But down to the 6 for a 7-yard gain. It'll be second down, and they've got to get it inside the 4 for a first down. And they just need about 6 yards for a touchdown. 45 seconds to go first quarter.
Love the design rollout that time from Gunner.
Under center now with Cash Jones, the lone setback. Lucky in motion to the right, toss sweep to Cash. It looks like he wants to throw. Runs into a crowd on that short side of the field, and Ole Miss going to eat him up. Xavier Harris just gobbled up Cash and had him as a delicious snack back at the 11 or 12-yard line. So we lose yardage on that play. Back to the 11, loss of 5. It looked like Cash wanted to throw, Josh, into the end zone, but he didn't have the option. Third down now, 3rd and 8 for the Dogs. Back on the Ole Miss 11. And Georgia just may let the time run out here in the quarter and work on the other end of the field, and that's exactly what they're going to do. So, first quarter comes to an end, and Georgia, Dogs on the doorstep here, trying to regain the lead if they can punch it in the end zone. They trail 7-3 after 1 quarter of play. We've got a time here at Sanford Stadium. Our first half today presented by attorney Ken Nugent. Injured in a wreck, there's only one call, that's all. Callken.com is the website. 7-3, Rebels lead the Dogs on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
If you're a contractor, you're like a coach. Your success depends on the team you put on the field. I'm Kevin Swanson, business manager with the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 613. With over 5,500 skilled electricians right here in Atlanta, we provide the training, the reliability, and the experience to help you finish your jobs on time and under budget. If you're ready to grow your business with a team you can trust, let's talk. Visit IBEW613.org today.
There's nothing like tailgating, touchdowns, and Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Twisted Tea goes down smooth and tastes like real iced tea because it's made with real brewed tea. Cool, refreshing, and a 5% kick of alcohol. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Look for the bright yellow cans wherever you buy beer. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Superstitions are real, folks. I should know because I've seen it all. Lucky socks, sacred seats, push-ups before kickoff, but only one works every time. If you buy more deliciously soft Nature's Own buns baked with no artificial preservatives for the tailgate, your team will win. And I'm not just saying this because they paid me, although they definitely did pay me. As a proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs, Nature's Own is hooking fans up with a chance to win season tickets. Enter now at naturesownbread.com/buns. Terms and conditions apply. See site for details and official rules.
Piedmont is passionate about Georgia, about each and every person that makes our state incredible. That's why we're leading real change in healthcare, dedicating ourselves to providing a quality patient experience through innovation, personalization, and teamwork. What does that mean for you? You get up-to-date treatment, collaborative care, and the best possible outcomes. To see more about our commitment to raising the standards of quality in Georgia, visit piedmont.org/quality care. Piedmont, real change lives here.
Second quarter approaching, along with Josh Brock, Scott Howard back with you inside the Piedmont Healthcare radio booth. And let's take a look at that first quarter recap brought to you by Ag South, Ag Georgia, and Southwest Georgia Farm Credit. Loans for land and farms. Georgia with 107 total yards of offense. Ole Miss had the one possession. They've got 65 yards total, 48 through the air, 17 on the ground. The Dogs have thrown for 74, rushed for 33 on third downs. Both teams are doing pretty well so far. Ole Miss 3 for 3, Georgia 2 out of 3, and the Dogs are in a position here to score again. It's 7-3 our score. The Dogs with a 51-yard field goal from Woodring, and then Ole Miss with a 7-yard touchdown run by their quarterback Trinidad Chambliss. That's been all the scoring thus far. But the Dogs with a 3rd and 8 from the Ole Miss 11 coming up.
Scott, I'd give the offense 2 plays to get this first down here on 3rd and 8. We did talk about previously it makes it so much easier to pick up third downs when you're successful on 1st and 2nd. That previous 2nd down play, nobody really knew what was going on. Got to get this first down, though.
You're not kidding. Split backfield right now. Jones to the left, Branch to the right. Stockton stands between them. Now Branch motions left, and Stockton pump fakes to him, throws to the end zone, wide open, Lucky, touchdown! Spinning wide open catch in the left corner of the end zone to put the Dogs back in front.
Love the confusion that particular pass route tree did to the Ole Miss defense. Everyone lost and lucky. Man, that's a tongue twister right there.
Say that 3 times.
Lost and lucky there, and just absolute delivered on the money from Gunner. Great pass and catch.
Did he make it a little more challenging on himself, trying to spin and find the ball and adjust and catch it all in one motion?
I don't know. We've seen him helicopter to make other catches. That's easy compared to some of the ones we've seen him make this year.
Here's the important fact. He caught it, and the Dogs have regained the lead. And here's the point after try by Peyton Woodring. And the kick is up and right into the white shirts in the east end zone, and Georgia has the lead 10-7. That Georgia touchdown brought to you by Conecuh Sausage, the official smoked sausage of the Georgia Bulldogs. 11-yard touchdown pass. Gunner to Lawson Lucky puts the Dogs in front. We've got a time here in the early seconds of the second quarter. Our first half today presented by attorney Ken Nugent. Injured in a wreck, there's only one call, that's all. Callken.com, the website. 10-7, Georgia in front on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
After you work out, you can feel worn out. Reach for Core Power to recover right. A delicious protein shake with 26 grams of high-quality protein to build muscle. Champion your recovery with Core Power. Proud partner of Georgia Football. Learn more at corepower.com. This
This football season, the Bulldogs won't be the only ones scoring. Let First Franklin Financial help you score the cash you need with a loan up to $15,000. At First Franklin, we offer fast approvals, fixed rates, and payment plans to fit any budget. To find the Georgia branch near you, visit us at WeMakeLoans.com. All loan terms and APR depend on meeting our underwriting and income criteria and may require collateral. First Franklin Financial Corporation, NMLS number 141654. Georgia residence licensing number 5656. Offer not available in North Carolina.
When the game's over, keep the action rolling with Massey Ferguson compact and utility tractors. These straightforward and dependable machines are built to handle your toughest tasks in the yard or around the farm. Don't let the season slow down. Visit your local Massey Ferguson dealer today.
The dogs are heard right here. This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Getting hit hard isn't just part of football. It's part of life. A car crash, a bad fall, an injury that takes you out of the game, you don't shake that off. You fight back. With over $25 billion recovered, Morgan & Morgan helps injured people across the great state of Georgia get the compensation they deserve. Because when life hits hard, you need a law firm that hits harder. Morgan & Morgan Atlanta, 191 Peachtree Street, Atlanta, Georgia. Dial pound law or visit forthepeople.com. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
No flight is just a flight. It's a new beginning.
Hi, nice to meet you.
A love story.
Will you marry me?
A launch pad. It's your next step.
How about some light? Thank you. You're going to do great.
And at Delta, we're proud to help you take it.
With the Inside the Piedmont Healthcare radio booth, the University of Georgia Athletic Association and United Bank Shares have joined forces to create the Arch Award, which spotlights and celebrates former Bulldogs excelling in the business world. The 2025 Arch Award recipient is here today and is being recognized on the field during today's game. So please congratulate this year's recipient, Colby Gardner. Thank you to United Bank for their support of Georgia athletics. Well, the Dogs answer with a long, steady drive of their own after Ole Miss took the lead 7-3. The Dogs answer with a 75-yard drive in 13 plays, 5 minutes and 51 seconds, and the touchdown pass from Gunner to Lawson Lucky covered 11 yards. That is his first touchdown catch of the year, the fifth of his career. He had 3 TD catches last season, and that has put the Dogs in front for the moment, 10-7. Peyton Woodring to kick it away from left to right now. And this one comes off strangely off the tee and will squib inside the 20 and go out of bounds again. That's 2 kicks out of bounds.
The ball be placed
for Peyton Woodring.
35-yard line. First down, Ole Miss.
That one skids out of bounds on the far sideline, and Ole Miss will start at the 35-yard line again.
Scott, that was the dreaded miss hit from Woodring. That ball didn't even start to turn end over end off his foot.
It's rare that he kicks it out of bounds, but now he's done it back to back. That's even more rare. So Ole Miss on the 35, trailing Georgia 10-7 now. A lot of time remaining here in the second quarter. Almost all of it, as a matter of fact. 14:56 on the clock here in quarter number 2. Dogs defense asking for a little noise down there. Kristen Miller trying to get the crowd jacked up. Josh Horton's in the game, and we've got Harris on one edge and Chris Jones on the other. Chambliss has all day to throw. He dumps it over the line to the tight end on a crossing route. Daquan Wright, the senior from Perry, Georgia, transfer from Virginia Tech, dragged down by the linebacker Justin Williams, but that's a lot of yards. 13, almost 14, up to the 49-yard line. First and 10, Ole Miss. Empty set. Chambliss throws, wants a back shoulder. He airmails it towards Deuce Alexander, who leads the team coming into today with 20 catches on the year, but he had no shot at that one. That one went way over his head into the Georgia sideline and incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Rebels.
Very wild pass. You're not used to seeing Chambliss throw the ball that poorly. He's not connected very well all day today.
Out of the shotgun, one back in the backfield. The tight end, a wing to the left. Now we got pressure on Chambliss. He's going to roll to the right. Horton is chasing him. He backs way up to the 30-yard line. Slings it to the near side to the tight end. Wright caught it at the 40. Jonell tried to drag him down from behind by his jersey, but he couldn't get enough of a fistful, and Wright will be tackled in Georgia territory at the 44-yard line by Chris Cole. It was a wild scramble play that netted 7 yards. Had an opportunity to get him way behind the line, but couldn't get him down. And now Ole Miss with a 3rd and 3 from the Georgia 44. Moving to our left in the sunshine. Play clock at 10. Chambliss looking to his right. And now Ole Miss is going to use a timeout. Play clock was down to 3. It looked like Chambliss was a little bit confused. The communication in the helmet had already cut off at the 15-second mark of the play clock, and it looked like he didn't really know what he was supposed to do. And what they did is take a timeout, and we will too. Breaking the action here in the second quarter. 13:41 remaining. Period number 2. Georgia leads it 10-7 over the Ole Miss Rebels. Our first half today presented by attorney Ken Nugent. Injured? You know who to call. There's only one call. CallKen.com. Back after this on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Gunnar Stockton, quarterback of the Georgia Bulldogs.
And I'm Ken Nugent, proud sponsor of the Georgia Bulldogs and Georgia's favorite personal injury attorney.
This season, Ken and I are teaming up to make our touchdowns count even more.
That's right. For every touchdown the Dogs score this year, I'm donating $200 to the Boys and Girls Club here in Athens.
It's about giving back to the kids in our community, and that's something we can all cheer for.
And remember, big hits don't only happen between the hedges.
May I? One call, that's all.
Hey, that was pretty good. One call, that's all.
Kick off your game with Georgia Peanuts. Power-packed with protein, essential nutrients, and great taste, Georgia Peanuts are the MVP for affordability, sustainability, and nutrition. To score life touchdowns while cheering on the Dogs, look for Georgia Peanuts in Sanford Stadium concessions or visit gapeanuts.com to order online. This message is brought to you by the family farmers of the Georgia Peanut Commission. Peanuts! Get your peanuts!
This is your home of the Dogs. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
You can't always predict what's next, but you can be ready for it in a BMW SUV. The performance-driven X1 comes built for every journey, while the X3's sporty design and innovative technology keep your drive connected. The X5 blends performance with a commanding presence, or make it even bigger with 3 rows of luxurious seating in the X7. For every road, there's an X built to drive it. BMW, the ultimate driving machine. Take advantage of exceptional lease offers today.
Game days start with Community Coffee, proud coffee partner of the Georgia Bulldogs. Community's story began over 105 years ago from a simple belief that great coffee has the power to bring people together. After 5 generations, their family's still roasting smooth, rich coffee that builds community one cup at a time. Community Coffee, community in every cup since 1919. Discover more at communitycoffee.com.
Glad to be with you, bringing you University of Georgia Bulldogs football from the Piedmont Healthcare radio booth here at Sanford Stadium. The Bulldogs Football Sports Network is brought to you by Georgia Power. We're here for the win. Georgia Power is here for you. Ole Miss used a timeout, 3rd down and 3. They're on the Bulldogs 44. Georgia leads 10-7 here with 13:41 to go in the second quarter. Ole Miss using their passing attack to try to get the upper hand on the Dogs. They've had 12 passing plays, only 5 on the ground so far. And Chambliss talking to his offensive line out of the timeout. He's got Lacey offset to his right. Works out of the shotgun, 2 receivers to his right. They want to hand it off, and they will to Lacey. He bounces out a right tackle, and the Dogs keep him pinned in. To the turf he goes. Shot down by C.J. Allen once again, the junior linebacker from Barnesville, Georgia. But they got enough for the first down as they moved the sticks at the 40, just outside the 40-yard line. He got almost a full 4 yards. First First and 10, Rebels on the Georgia 40. Moving to the west end zone. Chambliss out of the shotgun, play fake, and a quick throw to the right on an angle. Georgia came up with a football. Is that an interception? No, the umpire says incomplete. DeMello Jones came up quickly off the ground.
Pass, second down.
With the football, and the stadium started to cheer a little bit. Harrison Wallace was the intended target. Yeah, that ball, as we look at a replay, that ball definitely all over the turf, and DeMello was trying to come up with a quick sell there.
Since the second half of Tennessee, DeMello Jones has played some critical snaps at the cornerback position for this Bulldog defense.
Pass is incomplete. It's 2nd and 10 now for Ole Miss on the Georgia 40. We tick under 13 minutes, and the clock stopped on the incomplete ball. Chambliss rears back and fires. Man, he threw a dart to the 35. It's caught there. And we'll tackle Wallace, Harrison Wallace, the Penn State transfer, with the linebacker C.J. Allen at the 29-yard line. That's a gain of 11 and another Ole Miss first down. Rebels coming down the field steadily for the second time in the game. Georgia leads at 10-7. Out of the shotgun with two receivers tight to the right, two to the left. They run a pitch to the near side with Lacey. He tries to shake a man. Gabe Harris kept him pinned in until the cavalry came, and that was K.J. Bolden with the tackle at the 30-yard line. Harris comes out of the ballgame, did a nice job of what they like to call setting the edge.
Setting the edge, down the line pursuit. Great job from Gabe that time, not allowing Lacey to get the edge.
He lost a yard back to the 30, so it's 2nd and 11. Play fake now. Ole Miss goes fast. Chambliss, wide open man at the 12. Reaching catch, Watkins. And on the far sideline, he's going to go out of bounds where? At the 5-yard line. Somebody lost coverage of Winston Watkins, a freshman receiver, 5'11", from Fort Myers, Florida. And he's forced into the boundary on the far side of the field at the 5, a gain of 25. And it's goal to go again for Ole Miss on the Georgia 5-yard line. 11.5 minutes remaining first half. First and goal on the Dogs 5. Rebels moving to the west end zone out of the pistol. Snap back to Chambliss. He'll hand it to Lacey, and Lacey runs through one tackler and almost got through Bolden, but they're going to mark him down just shy of the goal line. So he got 4 plus some change, and the nose of the football about 6 inches from the goal line now after that run by Kejuan Lacey. Second and goal from inside the 1 for the Rebels, trying to go in front again. Work out of the shotgun. They snap it back, hand it to Lacey, and he's in. Touchdown. It's hard to keep that guy out of the end zone when you're only 6 inches away. And he went right up the middle and into the end zone for the score. So Ole Miss leads it again. Now it's 13-10 with the point after coming.
Lacey definitely a downhill force when he's running the football. Previous play was an old school counter. Didn't quite get into the end zone. Georgia lost sight of him again. And of course, we heard Coach Smart tell Shock that, eye discipline is going to be a key to this game defensively. So far, the Bulldogs not doing a good job with their eyeballs.
Lucas Carnero for the point after try. And the kick is up, and it is good into the net. And Ole Miss has the 14-10 lead. 65 yards on the drive again after we kick it out of bounds in 10 plays and 4 minutes and 3 seconds. So we've got a time with the Rebels up 4 here in the second quarter. Our first half today is presented by attorney Ken Nugent. Injured? You know who to call. There's only one. One call. CallKen.com, the website. Again, the score, Ole Miss 14, Georgia 10 on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
This football season, the Bulldogs won't be the only ones scoring. Let First Franklin Financial help you score the cash you need with a loan up to $15,000. At First Franklin, we offer fast approvals, fixed rates, and payment plans to fit any budget. To find the Georgia branch near you, visit us at WeMakeLoans.com. All loan terms and APR depend on meeting our underwriting and income criteria and may require collateral. First Franklin Financial Corporation, NMLS number 141654. Georgia Residence Licensing number 5656. Offer not available in North Carolina.
On game day, there's nothing like tailgating, touchdowns, and Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Twisted Tea goes down smooth and tastes like real iced tea because it's made with real brewed tea. Cool, refreshing, and a 5% kick of alcohol. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Look for the bright yellow cans wherever you buy beer. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
This is Drew Bobo from the Dogs, and you're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Radio Network presented by Georgia Power. They're here for you and the Bulldog Nation with tools to help you manage your energy and your budget.
It's football time, which turns Thursday and Sunday into the best days of the week. Well, they just got better, because now through October 26th, Keno has 30% higher payouts during bonus hours. Win $500, it becomes $650. That's like getting extra field goal points for scoring a touchdown. So play Keno online and anywhere Keno is sold and get 30% higher payouts during bonus hours. Thursdays 6 to 8 p.m. and Sundays 1 to 3 p.m. Only from the Georgia Lottery. Play responsibly.
I'm John Addison, a Georgia graduate, lifetime Bulldog fan, and chairman of distribution for Primerica, the largest independent financial services marketing company in North America. Primerica makes the maximum impact on the communities we serve through our concepts and products and by giving back through the Primerica Foundation. As a Georgia-based company, Primerica is proud to continue our long-standing tradition of sponsoring Georgia athletics. Go Dogs!
Take advantage of exceptional lease and finance offers on the versatile BMW X3 sports activity vehicle. For more details, see your local BMW Center or visit BMWATL.com today. Proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics. Along with Josh Brock, Scott Howard back inside the Piedmont Healthcare radio booth. DJ Shockley on the sidelines. And Ole Miss has taken the lead 14-10 here early in the second quarter. Just under 11 minutes remaining in the first half. And the Rebels getting ready to kick it away from right to left to the Dogs. Branch stands just across the goal line on this left end of the field. And Carnero will kick it straight down the middle of the field towards the goal post, and that will land just over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Carnero really getting some leg into that football. The Dogs will start 1st and 10 on the 25. Georgia with a 51-yard Peyton Woodring field goal and an 11-yard touchdown pass to Lawson Lucky. Ole Miss has a 7-yard touchdown run by their quarterback and a 1-yard run by Lacey, the running back, to take the lead 14-10. But here we go again. Dogs on offense. Frazier in the backfield. Green and Gaston on the right side of the line for Georgia. Stockton wants to throw. He's got tons of time now. He'll step up and roll to the right, and a sliding out-of-bounds catch on the right side. Sliding on his backside, London Humphreys went feet first right into the Georgia sideline at the 36-yard line. An 11-yard gain and a first down. Nifty catch by London Humphreys, who caught it in the shade, sliding feet up right into friendly territory.
Good scramble drill from Humphreys there. Just continued on his route across the field there, Scott.
From our 36, we motion Delp out to the left and hand it off to Frazier the opposite way. Nate patiently running behind his big offensive line, and he'll see a little bit of a seam and duck in there for a handful of yards to the 39, tackled by Jamarius Brown, one of their defensive tackles. He got 3 to the 39. It'll be 2nd and 7 for the Dogs.
Looks like Dontrell Glover's in at left guard now that Gaston is in at right guard. We know Micah's been dealing with a little bit of a shoulder bum this year, doing the best he can.
And we got Dwight Phillips in the backfield. Gunner goes under center, fakes the toss sweep, sets up and throws down the middle of the field, and too high, incomplete. Trying to go to, was that Noah Thomas? Yeah, he was trying to find Thomas down the seam. And the pass a little too high, even for the 6'5" Noah Thomas, jumping up in the air with his arms extended. Still went sailing over everybody's head, incomplete.
Good thing he did overthrow it, Scott, because the safety did go with our receiver on the right side, but Deke Gunner came back across the middle of the field. It's a good thing that Gunner did overthrow that. It would have been picked off.
3rd and 7 for the Dogs on our 39. Bowens in the backfield now with Stockton. Handoff Chauncey. Big hole. Chauncey 45 over midfield 50 to the Ole Miss 45, and they tackle him around the 44-yard line. Just a sudden burst by Chauncey Bowens for the first down and more. And it was Gushikin, the nickel back, and Perkins, the edge rusher, that made the tackle downfield, but it was a Scana Energy first down for the Dogs. Moved the sticks, but the Dogs down on the Ole Miss 44-yard line. Here we go. Man in motion to the left. That's Delp. He'll line up on the left side, and we'll run it to the right with Bowens just putting a hand on those big linemen's backs and trying to steer his way through a hole, but Ole Miss just jammed it up with 5 shirts right there, and they stopped Chauncey at the 45-yard line. He didn't get anything. He may have lost 6 inches. Cam Franklin, the defensive end, sophomore from Mississippi, made the stop. So the Dogs on the 45. He did lose a yard, 2nd and 11. Officials are holding up play. Ole Miss with a late substitution after Georgia subbed. Dogs snap it to Gunner. He fakes the sweep left, throws it over the middle. It's caught by Bell. He makes one man miss at the 30. Down the hash to the 25, the 24-yard line. Gushikin made the tackle in the Ole Miss secondary. 21 yards and a first down for the Dogs.
Gunner threaded the needle there, Scott, just out of the reach of the outstretched hands of the Ole Miss safety in the middle of the field.
Bell did a little nice work after the catch as well. Cash Jones in the backfield, so is Dylan Bell. He's going to get the handoff running left with blocking, but from behind he's brought down on a nice play by Sage Ryan, the safety, a transfer from LSU. Caught number 86 by his leg from behind and drags him down at the 22. Only a 2-yard gain. Boy, he had some blocking in front, just not any behind him.
Yeah, he did. Monroe just lost contain of his guy a little bit and was able to get the tackle after a small gain.
2 yards, and it's 2nd and 8 for the Dogs on the Ole Miss 22. It's 14-10. Rebels leading here in the second quarter. Snap it to Gunner. He play fakes. Oh, he dekes a man and runs down the hash. Now he's angling towards the goal line. Touchdown running, standing up. Gunner Stockton as they push him across the goal line. One of the Ole Miss defenders just shoved him in the back, but he had already scored by then. What a move by Gunner Stockton on the play fake. And then to deke the man, that was Uman Mielen that had come into the backfield, and Gunner just made him look silly as he ran right by him. Touchdown Georgia, and the Dogs are back in front.
Ran right by him, Scott, because what a play design from Mike Bobo. You had a heavy set to the right side of your offensive line. Monroe Freeland comes over and lines up at the tight end position on the right side. Elias Williams is then your backside, quote-unquote, left tackle. No one thinks that the quarterback is going to pull it and keep it in that situation around the backside. Great play.
7th rushing touchdown of the year for Gunner Stockton, the Dogs quarterback. The point after is good by Woodring. And the back and forth continues here at Dooley Field at Sanford Stadium. It's 17-14 now, Georgia. That Gunner Stockton 22-yard touchdown run brought to you by Conecuh Sausage, the official smoked sausage of the Georgia Bulldogs. We got another timeout on a sunny day in Athens, and the sun is shining on the Dogs sideline right now. 17-14. Georgia leads our first half today, presented by attorney Ken Nugent. Injured, you know who to call. There's only one call. Callken.com, the website. 17-14, Georgia in front on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
There's nothing quite like Saturday between the hedges at Sanford Stadium. And as an official partner of the Georgia Bulldogs, the Hoffman Financial Group knows that in retirement, every day is Saturday. Whether your goal is to follow the Dogs to every game, home and away, or gather with your friends to watch at your own doghouse, the Hoffman Financial Group is here to help. We all have dreams of when we want to retire and all the fun things we want to do. But then, all the questions come up. Did I save enough? What if taxes go up? What if the market goes down? The Hoffman Financial Group can help answer those questions and more with a complimentary portfolio x-ray. Get your game plan for retirement started today. Call 770-758-6288. That's 770-758-6288. Or online at unleashyourmoney.com and set up your free portfolio x-ray. Investment advisory services offered through Brookstone Wealth Advisors, a registered investment advisor. Insurance and annuities offered through the Hoffman Financial Group, Inc. Georgia Insurance License 163546.
Piedmont is passionate about Georgia, about each and every person that makes our state incredible. That's why we're leading real change in healthcare, dedicating ourselves to providing a quality patient experience through innovation, personalization, and teamwork. What does that mean for you? You get up-to-date treatment, collaborative care, and the best possible outcomes. To see more about our commitment to raising the standards of quality in Georgia, visit piedmont.org/quality care. Piedmont, real change lives here.
He's got the speed. He's got room. He's going to score.
No one gets you closer to the game than Sirius XM College Sports Radio.
For the win. Got it. Let's go.
Tune in for news, talk, and analysis from the offseason through regular season and into the postseason. We've got your team covered anywhere you go.
Deep to center field. Oh, it's gone.
Get a free trial at SiriusXM.com/College Sports Radio 2025.
Back inside the Piedmont Healthcare radio booth, Gunnar Stockton, Georgia's touchdown scoring leader this season. That was his 7th moments ago. Let's go down to the attorney Ken Nugent sidelines and DJ Shockley. Shock, what's happening?
Hey, fellas, so I was just talking with Puglisi here on the sideline before that last play. He said, yeah, this is an RPO. Either we can hand it or we're trying to hit the slant on the backside. And that was all Gunnar right there. All improv. He made a big-time play on the improv on it and made a big-time touch. And then defensively, they just talking about missed assignments. A lot of missed assignments on defense. They got to clean that up, and that's the reason why their eyes have been in the wrong spot. A lot of missed assignments. As I got Drummond right here next to me.
Looking to clean that up here before we get to half. You know it gets cleaned up in the locker room at the half, as Ole Miss will call for a fair catch inside the 5-yard line. Isaiah Hartrop makes the fair catch call, and the Dogs will force Ole Miss to start on their 25 with the touchback there. Ole Miss, the previous 2 drives starting at the 35-yard line after kicks out of bounds both times. Now the Sanford Stadium crowd wanting to see the Dogs hang on to the lead for a little bit. Georgia 17, Ole Miss 14 with 7:13 to go in the second quarter. Rebels down to our right towards the east end zone. They play fake it to Lacey. Chambliss will pull it out of his belly and throw it to the far sideline where it is caught by Caleb Odom, a tight end, the transfer from Alabama. He rumbles up the sideline across the 30 and the 35 and finally tackled on the 38-yard line by our safeties, Ja'Cory Thomas and KJ Bolden. But they pick up 13 to the 38. 1st and 10 Rebels. We've got a dozen first downs already today. That's the 10th of the game for Ole Miss. Who wants to play some defense today? Ole Miss will run it up the hash, the far hash, and not a lot of space there. Maybe got across the 40. Is that Lacey on the carry in that pile? No, it is Elijah Griffin and C.J. Allen are guys that made the stop. Lacey back in, they play fake and throw, and it's caught by Odom again, the tight end on the far sideline. Between the numbers and the sideline at the Ole Miss 48-yard line. And that'll move the sticks. 1st down and 10, Dalen Everett on the tackle for Georgia on that far side of the field. Ole Miss moving again now as we tick under 6 minutes. Rebels on their 48, just north of the logo. They fake a pitch to the near side. Chambliss with all day to throw. Bullets one to his intended target. Going back to Odom again. He's found something he likes, but he threw that one so hard it squeezed right through his hands, incomplete into the Ole Miss sideline on that far side of the field.
And Scott, games like this where defense seems optional early on, stops are critical. And here you see with Ole Miss substitutes, here comes a whole host of Georgia defensive substitutes to get some fresh legs on the field.
We definitely need some. 2nd and 10 on the 48 for the Rebels. They're on their own 48-yard line. Chambliss in the shotgun. They motion a man towards him, and he'll take the handoff on an end around this way. And that is Deuce Alexander on the carry. And Deuce trying to find his blocking on this left edge. And he gets enough to get into Georgia territory at the 46. And it's a gain of 6. 3rd and 4. Ole Miss perfect on third down today. They're 4 for 4. Now they send a man in motion to the right. He'll line up in the slot to the right. And they move the tight end to the left. Now they motion Lacey out of the backfield. Snap it. Chambliss has it. He's going to pull it down and run. Breaks a tackle at the 50. Angles towards the Georgia sideline. And chased out of bounds there at the 41-yard line. But he gets the first down on the 5-yard scramble.
And Scott, again, Josh Horton with his hands on Chambliss in the backfield, but unable to slow him up enough for the cavalry to come to get him on the ground.
So another first down and another third down conversion by the Rebels. They're 5 for 5 in the first half. 17-14, Georgia leads number 5 Ole Miss, but Ole Miss driving again. Chambliss wants to put it in the air. He'll find his target, throws a dart to Stribling at the 35 in front of the Georgia sideline. DeMello Jones will make the tackle at the 30, 11 more yards, and they continue to move and pick up first downs. First and 10 on the Dogs' 30, moving right to left here in the second quarter. Shotgun snap to Chambliss. All day to throw. He'll launch one towards the right corner of the end zone. Broken up, and a flag comes out. As Ellis Robinson was in coverage, they were going to Deuce Alexander, their leading receiver.
Defense, number 1, 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. First down.
And Daniel Gautreaux, the referee, says pass interference on the defense, and that was on Ellis Robinson. So that's a big penalty on the Dogs, and that'll drive the Ole Miss Rebels a little bit closer to the end zone.
Great coverage from Ellis Robinson there. Got his head around, made an adjustment. Last week he did get a legitimate defensive pass interference call on him because he didn't get his head around. That time, that was fine.
Half the distance to the 15. First and 10, Ole Miss on the Dogs' 15-yard line. Motion man in front of the quarterback. They'll hand it to him. Running this way again is Deuce Alexander. And there's not a lot of space on this near side of the field. The Dogs stretched it out nicely, led by C.J. Allen, the linebacker, who's racked up better than a half dozen tackles already here in the first half. Less than 4 minutes remaining, second quarter. 17-14, Georgia leads Ole Miss, but the Rebels are threatening. They're on the Dogs' 10, second down and 5. Chambliss wants to throw right flat. Caught by Alexander down the line at the 15-yard line. He'll move to the 10 and be tackled there. Got back to the line of scrimmage and maybe got a foot or two more. Dalen Everett on the stop along with K.J. Bolden. Dogs defended it well. Third down and 4. Can Georgia get a third down stop? They haven't done it yet. Ole Miss is 5 for 5 in the first half. Rebels football on the Georgia 9. Third and 4 coming up. Ball's on the far hash. Rebels trying to move to the left end zone.
Georgia making substitutions after Ole Miss making substitutions. Ole Miss doing a great job making Georgia run through traffic to make tackles.
They go under center, single setback to the right. They sweep it to him and throw it into the end zone, and Stribling tried to make a juggling catch on the halfback throw in the right corner, and it's incomplete. And there's a flag down also.
Pass interference. Defense, number 1.
Jeez.
By rules, the foul occurred in the end zone. The ball be placed at the 2-yard line. First down.
Well, the second pass interference penalty on Ellis Robinson here on this possession. And as you heard Daniel Gautreaux, the referee, say, that will put the ball down at the 2 for Ole Miss, and that's a first and goal. Empty backfield for Trinidad Chambliss. They motion a man in front of him, and he'll take it. Quarterback run straight into the pile, and he may have gotten a yard to the 1. He did. So it's second and goal from the 1 now.
Scott, Ole Miss has both quarterbacks in. That was the man in motion that time was Austin Simmons, the quarterback that started the year for Ole Miss.
This is Simmons going to take the snap this time, too. So Chambliss is out. Nope, both quarterbacks stay in the game, as you just said. And Simmons was standing in front of Chambliss, and I couldn't see the other guy. They snap it back to Chambliss, the quarterback. He just goes straight up the gut and into the end zone for the touchdown on a 1-yard run. Is that Lacey this time? That was Lacey.
Yes, that was a handoff.
I'm all discombobulated here. Lacey was in the backfield with Simmons, who is the number 2 quarterback. So Lane Kiffin mixing up his roster over there in the red zone, and it was Lacey that took a direct snap and ran it into the end zone for the score for the Ole Miss Rebels. Point after try from Carnero. That's good, and back in front goes Ole Miss. This is truly a back-and-forth affair. It's 21-17 now. The Rebels lead with 2 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in the first half. 1-yard run by Lacey. 11 plays, 75 yards in 5 minutes and 3 seconds. So the Rebs will apparently kick it off here when we continue. You never know with what's going to happen next. Hey, it's time for the Modelo Scoreboard Update, the official import beer of your Georgia Bulldogs. Grab a refreshing Modelo Especial brewed for full-time Bulldogs fans for 21 and up only. Please drink responsibly. Let's check some of the scores, games in progress. We've got some finals from earlier today. Vandy defeated LSU 31-24. Oklahoma knocked off South Carolina 26-7. Mississippi State first quarter score. They lead Florida 7-3. Ohio State 17-0 second quarter on Wisconsin. SMU leading Clemson 10-7 in that ACC matchup. They're in the second. And Indiana with a 21-10 lead over Michigan State at the half. Kickoff by Ole Miss will sail into the end zone. Zachariah Branch will walk away. It's a touchback. And the Dogs will have the ball in 2 minutes and 10 seconds, and all 3 of their timeouts to work with here as we wind down the second quarter. Let's pause 10 seconds. Station identification on the Bulldogs Sports Network. First and 10, Dogs on the 25-yard line. Now trailing 21-17. Shotgun snap back to Gunner. He'll hand it to Frazier, who curls around the left edge and up the hash mark. He goes for about 4 to the 29 before he's belted. Running around Monroe Freeling, the left tackle over there. And we're going to hit the 2-minute timeout now. So we have another break with the Dogs looking at a 2nd down and 6 after that 4-yard run by Frazier from our own 29. We'll take a timeout with them. Ole Miss leads the Dogs here in Athens this afternoon, 21-17 as we approach halftime. Our first half is presented by attorney Ken Nugent. Injured? You know who to call. There's only one call. Callken.com is the website. 21-17 is our score. Ole Miss in front of the Dogs on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
It's Saturday in Athens. Touchdowns, tailgates, and trash piling up. That's why Georgia trusts Waste Eliminator. Hauling, roll-off dumpsters, recycling, and composting for every kind of job, big or small. From stadiums to businesses to your own backyard project. We show up same day with solutions that keep Georgia clean and game days running smoothly. Waste Eliminator. We make a difference. Proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs. Learn more at wasteeliminator.com.
It's college football season, so you need all the energy you can get. Luckily, Georgia Power knows a thing or two about saving energy. We understand that energy costs are an important part of your budget. That's why we're dedicated to providing tools and assistance that can help make a difference, so you can save your energy for the game. Visit georgiapower.com/myenergy to learn more.
Drew Bobo from UGA Football, and you're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Radio Network presented by Georgia Power. They're here for you with the playbook to help you save energy and money. Now that's a winning game plan.
A smooth, close Barbasol shave in the morning lifts your confidence. That rich, creamy lather will catapult you to greatness. Nothing can stop you today. Well, except that traffic jam. Barbasol, it's a can of can-do.
If you can plan barbecues and weddings, you can plan to protect yourself from a natural disaster. Sign up for local alerts, prepare an emergency kit, and make a family communications plan. Get started at ready.gov/plan.
Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
He's got the speed. He's got room. He's going to score.
No one gets you closer to the game than Sirius XM College Sports Radio.
For the win. Got it. Let's go.
Tune in for news, talk, and analysis from the offseason through regular season and into the postseason. We've got your team covered anywhere you go.
Deep to center field. Oh, it's gone.
Get a free trial at SiriusXM.com/College Sports Radio 2025.
Minutes to go in the half. Ole Miss with a 21-17 lead on Georgia. As we take a look at our second quarter recap to this point, presented by Ag South, Ag Georgia, and Southwest Georgia Farm Credit, loans for land and farms. Neither defense has stopped the other one here. Certainly in the second quarter, both teams have scored twice, 2 touchdowns each for Georgia and Ole Miss. And the yardage is pretty similar, too, for the most part. 118 total yards in the second quarter for Ole Miss, 90 for the Dogs. Both teams are passing the football very well. Both quarterbacks playing at a high level here. And Georgia with a chance to do something in the last 2 minutes here, the second quarter. They trail by 4 on the 29 on second down. A play fake and a throw to the tight end, Delp. He's got it, and off he goes at the 35 to the near sideline, 40 up close to midfield, and they chase him out of bounds on a bit of an angle. Oscar Delp at the 48-yard line, chased out there. Delp, the senior from Cumming, Georgia, with a nice catch and run up to the Georgia 48-yard line. And that's a gain of 19 and a first down for the Dogs. Big play there.
Another perfect throw on the upfield shoulder by Gunner.
Frazier in the backfield with Stockton. We slide Humphreys in motion. He lines up on the right just outside the tackle. We hand it to Frazier. He'll run the other way around the left edge over the logo and jitterbugs into Rebel territory to the 45. Stopped by Wyatt Williams, a transfer from ULM. But he got 7 to the Ole Miss 45-yard line. As we said, neither defense is really doing a whole lot to stop the other team's offense. Chauncey Bowens checks into the ball game. Some fresh legs for the Dogs. Bowens with 4 carries and 28 yards thus far. He's in the pistol, lined up behind Stockton. Gunner, play fake, pump fake, rolls to the right. Now he'll throw, and he'll just throw it away. I think he wanted to go to Delp on the sideline or Branch downfield and was unable to get either the football and just threw it into the Georgia bench incomplete.
Similar play to the previous big play to the throw to the tight end to Delp. Just more defenders for Ole Miss out there in the flats with him. Mindful that Georgia has all 3 timeouts here, so they can take all the full playbook here to be able to put this ball in the end zone with 1:15 to go.
Cash Jones in the ball game. Offset to Stockton's left on third down. Stockton forced out of the pocket, rolling right, throws on the run, and a catch by Branch. He toe-tapped it and fell out of bounds like a tree, falling in the forest right into the Georgia sideline at the 38. Monroe Freeling is shaken up back behind the play for Georgia.
For an offensive play.
Down to the 39. We got 6 yards on that short pass to Branch. He was unable to run after the catch, but he stayed in bounds, made a nice grab, and got the first down. And now training staff checking on Georgia's left tackle, Monroe Freeling. 1:09 remaining in the first half as we watch from the Piedmont Healthcare radio booth. And Freeling's already playing injured, Josh. As we knew that last week. He was called a game-time decision, didn't start, then had to come in when Juan Gaston was shaken up. And then he ended up playing the majority of the snaps and was named the conference lineman of the week. Now they help him up, but he's going to kind of walk with a little bit of a limp back towards the sideline on his own. He's not being helped by the training staff, which is good. He's looking around as if he wants to go back in the huddle.
Yeah, he played on 1.5 legs last week and really gutted it out performance. He was emergency use only last week and was an emergency use So now across that front, we have Gaston at right tackle, Glover right guard, Bobo center, Micah Morris at left guard, and Bo Hughley at left tackle.
And Chauncey Bowens in the backfield with Gunner and 3 receivers to the left and 1 to the right. Dogs with a 1st and 10 on the Ole Miss 39. Hand it to Bowens running right, trying to sweep around the right edge. And Ole Miss defends it well, and they jam it up at the 36, led by their 2 linemen, Eccles and Harris. And Georgia calls a timeout with 60 seconds to go in the first half. Georgia on the Ole Miss 36-yard line. They got almost a full 3 that time on the carry by Bowens. And they used the first of our timeout allotment. We've got 2 left. They put another second on the clock, so 1:01 remaining in the quarter. Ole Miss with a 21-17 lead here as we wind down the first half.
And again, full playbook at your disposal here offensively. Need to stay ahead of the chains. Obviously here, no negative plays to get yourself behind and put yourself in obvious passing downs. But also, too, the thing about it is Georgia's run the ball effectively so far. And, of course, Monroe Freeling now is checking back in the game at left tackle. He's a tough guy. He's getting back in there. But Georgia has done a really good job running the football here. But also, too, when Gunner's been on the move, scramble drill today has been on point. Very well done by this Georgia offense in that operation so far today.
Nate Frazier, the back. Stockton in the shotgun. Branch in motion in front of the quarterback to the left. Bobo snap back. Play fake. No, they hand it to Frazier. He breaks through the line of scrimmage at left guard and left tackle. Seen some daylight there and runs towards the 30. They're going to tackle him around the 33-yard line. TJ Daughtery and Wyatt Williams, linebacker and the nickelback, make the stop at the 33. It's 3 more yards on the gain, and now it's 3rd and 4. The Dogs are up on the line, ready to go. They snap. Gunner throws. Open in the middle of the field is Lucky, the tight end. He makes the catch, dives inside the 25-yard line to the 24 for the first down and an 8-yard gain.
Great job by Lucky knowing where he was. Get just past the sticks, make the catch, get down.
Clock at 32 and moving. Snap back. Stockton wants to throw. He will. He finds his target, Branch, running it out towards the far sideline. Made the catch, cradled the ball, and sprints out of bounds at the 22. Short gain of 3. Sage Ryan, the safety, in coverage for Ole Miss. Clock stops with 24 seconds left. Dogs still with 2 timeouts, trailing by 4 here as we come towards the end of the second quarter. Ball is on the 21.5 of Ole Miss. Far hash, Dogs moving to the right. They split out of the huddle with 3 receivers to the right, 1 man to the left. Cash Jones in the backfield with Stockton, who operates in the shotgun. There's the snap back. Gunner on the hash. Bounces, now rolls to the right, looking downfield, looking. Ole Miss pursuing, and he'll just throw it away into the bench on this near side. Gunner ran out of space, didn't have anybody open downfield, and he had... He had big Will Eccles in front of him that was shielding him from seeing too much downfield and ends up just dumping the ball off.
Gunner got locked into the right side of the formation that time. Didn't see a Georgia receiver streaking across the left side of the formation in the end zone open.
17 seconds remain. Dogs want to punch one in here before the end of the half. They trail by 4, 21-17. Gunner, quarterback run, takes the snap straight into the line and dives inside the 20 into the Massey Ferguson red zone and down to the 17-yard line. Taj Chambers, the linebacker, made the tackle. And the clock ticks down to 2 seconds, and we use the time, and we'll try for a field goal here as the half is running out. So we're going to try for a field goal. Middle of the field. Well within Peyton Woodring's range, as the line of scrimmage is 17-yard line. The ball is housed between the hash marks, so it'll be a middle of the field kick for Woodring from inside the 30-yard line. We'll see where Gunner will hold the football right in front of the goalpost, basically, with 2 seconds left to try to make it a 1-point game. Woodring, who connected earlier in the game on a 51-yarder, 7 of 8 on field goal tries this year. So they'll kneel down on the 25-yard line. It'll be a 35-yard kick, and Ole Miss wants to use a timeout. So as Georgia was getting lined up for the kick, Lane Kiffin says, I'll use one of my time. As he talks to one of the officials over there on the far sideline, even draped his arm around him. Boy, he's working the officials.
He is, yeah. He's trying to do it. Well, of course, he's using one of his timeouts here. He knows that they're not worth the coupon at any kind of fast food restaurant on his way back to Oxford. So you got to use them, right? But, the good news is with our guy, that just doesn't really seem to affect him that much.
Ole Miss with 3 touchdowns in the first half. Georgia with 2 touchdowns and a field goal, and trying to add their second field goal here as time will expire in quarter number 2. Just 2 seconds remain. 35-yard try, middle of the field between the hash marks, kicking to the right. Gardner to snap, Gunner to hold, Woodring to kick. And the kick is away, and the execution is good. Perfect. And that's the end of the half as Georgia converts a 35-yard field goal to make it a 21-20 Ole Miss lead at intermission. And with that good kick, the good hands at Allstate will contribute to the Georgia Bulldogs Athletic Scholarship Funds for student athletes across all sports. And Georgia says thank you to Allstate. Well, neither defense came up with any stops. We had 0 punts in that first half. I mean, it was just up and down the field. You have the ball, you get to score. You have the ball, you get to score. The difference is we had 2 field goals. They didn't have any. Ole Miss 21 and Georgia 20 at intermission. That last scoring drive by the Dogs took 2:10 on the clock. It covered 58 yards in 12 plays, and Woodring converts for the second time this season. He's now 8 of 9 on field goal tries this season as he adds a 35-yarder to a 51-yarder today. And coming up in just a matter of seconds, Kirby's going to talk to DJ Shockley. It's brought to you by Zaxby's. Let's go down to the field to Shock.
Coach, you got about 250 yards of offense. What's been key to the success so far?
Gunner's playing really well. Mike's dialing up a good game. Kobe's down. We got some guys hurt. We just got to keep playing.
How do you get off the field on third down in this ballgame?
Got to get to the second half. That's when we play. That's when we start showing up.
All right, Coach Fish. Scott, you heard that.
Yes, indeed. All right, Shock, thank you very much. Well, the Dogs are going to show up in the second half, Josh. What do you think about that?
Yeah, well, that's just the answer to not starting fast, or which I guess we did start fast today. We just didn't slow the other team down. They started faster.
It's always something. You got to put a hand in the dam to try to clog up the leaks, right? It's 21-20 at the half. 5th-ranked Ole Miss leading 9th-ranked Georgia here in Athens. That halftime interview with Coach Smart brought to you by Zaxby's. Who's got the sauce? All right, stand by. We've got the halftime report coming up with Neil Williamson. He's to my left and ready to go. He's got all kinds of great information for you as we hit the halfway point. Georgia and Ole Miss, 1 point apart. It's the Rebels 21 and Georgia 20 at a half here at Sanford Stadium on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
At Kroger, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never compromise your meal with our spring salad mix, guaranteed fresh. And you never compromise your budget with low prices in every aisle. And you never compromise your appetite with our golden brown bread that's baked fresh in store. And you never compromise your wallet with our low prices. Kroger shoppers never compromise. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
There are tacos, and then there's Zaxby's Chicken Finger Tacos. So what makes a Zaxby's Chicken Finger Taco a Zaxby's Chicken Finger Taco? Well, they took their famous chicken fingers and sauced them up in a soft tortilla shell. And because this is Zaxby's, you can get them in 3 flavors you'll love, like Chipotle Ranch, Avocado Bacon, or their all-new Buffalo Blue. Taco night hits different at Zaxby's. Zaxby's Chicken Finger Tacos. Get some today. Who's got the sauce? Zaxby's.
This is Drew Bobo from the Dogs, and you're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Radio Network, presented by Georgia Power. My team has my back, and Georgia Power has yours with reliable energy you can count on.
Our coach? Yeah, he's smart. Know what else is smart? Renting to own the stuff you need at Aaron's. Tight budget? No problem. At Aaron's, you can still get the furniture, appliances, and electronics you need right away with locked-in low payments. We're talking big-name brands like GE, Ashley, and LG. The Bulldogs always make the smart play, and you can too at Aaron's.com or your local Aaron's store. Aaron's, a proud partner of UGA Athletics.
Approval not guaranteed. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
Is that Tacoma towing a pink mechanical bull?
Sure seems like it.
Well, I'll be.
Truck like you truck with a great deal during Toyota Truck Month. Get $1,000 in Conquest bonus cash for new Toyota customers on a new 2025 Toyota Tacoma. Valid through November 3rd, 2025. Offer entitles $1,000 Conquest bonus cash on certain new 2025 and 2026 Toyota pickup trucks for current non-Toyota owners of small, midsize, and large pickup trucks. Exclusions apply. See dealer for details. Toyota. Let's go places.
On the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. Welcome to the Halftime Report. Here's your host, Neil Hondo Williamson.
Hey, greetings from Athens. A little cooler than we expected today. It was supposed to be sunny with a high around 77 to kick off, and been a little cooler. We even had a brief little rain shower, maybe 3 hours before the game, something like that. A quick one, but a little cloudier and cooler than we had expected. But we got some rock'em sock'em on the scoreboard, that's for sure. Ole Miss leading Georgia 21-20 here at the half. We have DJ Shockley down on Dooley Field. Josh Brock here in the booth with me. And fellas, when you look at the statistics, I mean, they reflect the score, don't they? It's just neck and neck. Total offense, Georgia a little bit more, but a whole lot of that stuff looks the same. What's it going to take for Georgia to gain that upper hand in the second half? Shock, you go first.
I think it starts with getting stops. I think that's the biggest thing. Is we've seen their offense go up and down the field, and I think we got to do better on early down. We talked about it before the ball game. First and second down are going to be huge. They're 5 for 5 right now on third down, but you look at most of the third downs, it's 5 or less, so it's pretty wide open. We've seen them run the ball a couple times, but it's got to be better on early down situations so we can get off the field, and then we got to take some away. We got to get some extra possessions because right now they got everything going for them now. We heard Coach Smart just say it, just get to the second half. That's when we're at our best, so we'll see if that trend continues.
Well, Shock went right where I wanted to go. When you look at third down, you got to be able to get off the field defensively, and, of course, you got to stay on the field offensively. Shock, you just said it. I mean, Ole Miss's average yards to gain on third downs less than 5 yards. Ours is north of 7, right? That just shows you kind of feel like there's a little bit of an imbalance there, and then, of course, the stat proves it. But otherwise, Georgia offensively has played really, really well. To me, I think if you look, there's a couple of things that are unique about our defensive alignment. A little soft in coverage, maybe trying to eliminate that big play, getting beat down, not trying to get beat downfield so bad. The longest the longest reception so far is 24 yards from Winston Watkins for Ole Miss. So we're doing a good job of keeping the big play at bay. But, man, we got to start playing downfield defensively and start putting some pressure on that quarterback.
Yeah, I sure wish I had that stat. It's somewhere in here. Oh, Trinidad Chambliss, third in the conference in pass efficiency, first in average yards per catch at 15. Is that why we're keeping them in front of us? Is that just afraid of that deep ball? Because we're giving up a lot of cushion there, John.
Yeah, afraid, can't really play in fear, but otherwise, are you just trying to play downhill, right? And I think that's what we're really trying to do. We're really trying to keep the receivers in front of us and then drive off of that. And Shock will attest to this because he's been a quarterback trying to dissect defenses that do this, where you play a little bit of soft coverage and all of a sudden that defensive back drives really hard on where the pass can be. And to me, I think that's what we're trying to do more so than playing in fear.
All right, very good. Shock, you go into the locker room and let us know what Coach Smart said when you come out. Josh, you go get a refreshment. Everybody else stick around because we have got a pressure cooker here in Athens. 21-20, Ole Miss leading the Dogs at the break. Listen to all things college sports, including live games and talk on SiriusXM College Sports Radio, Channel 84, and streaming on the SiriusXM app. Dogs down by 1. Back with the Modelo scoreboard in 2 minutes on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
Is that Tacoma towing a pink mechanical bull?
Sure seems like it.
Well, I'll be.
Truck like you truck with a great deal during Toyota Truck Month. Get $1,000 in Conquest bonus cash for new Toyota customers on a new 2025 Toyota Tacoma. Valid through November 3rd, 2025. Offer entitles $1,000 Conquest bonus cash on certain new 2025 and 2026 Toyota pickup trucks for current non-Toyota owners of small, midsize, and large pickup trucks. Exclusions apply. See dealer for details. Toyota. Let's go places.
Associated Credit Union is excited to announce the ACU Auto Mall, the new way to buy your next vehicle. We help you shop for the right vehicle, negotiate a fair price with a dealer, and secure your financing all in one easy place. Delivery to your door included. Visit acuonline.org/automall and start shopping today. Associated Credit Union, where anyone in Georgia can live, bank, and grow.
This is Georgia football. Today's game is brought to you by Barbasol Shaving Cream. Feeling great starts with a great shave, and a great shave starts with Barbasol's thick and rich moisturizing lather. Start your day off right with Barbasol. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
In the SEC, it just means more. But what is it exactly? It's the fans, the students, the traditions, the legends. It's passion to celebrate deeper, reach farther, think smarter, make an impact off the field. It's that intangible thing that happens when 16 schools raise the bar as one. Because in the SEC, it just means more.
It's football time, which turns Thursday and Sunday into the best days of the week. Well, they just got better, because now through October 26th, Keno has 30% higher payouts during bonus hours. Win $500, it becomes $650. That's like getting extra field goal points for scoring a touchdown. So play Keno online and anywhere Keno is sold and get 30% higher payouts during bonus hours. Thursdays 6 to 8 p.m. and Sundays 1 to 3 p.m. Only from the Georgia Lottery. Play responsibly.
More of the halftime report. Once again, here's Neil Hondo Williamson.
Hi, everybody. Time for the Modelo Scoreboard. Brought to you by Modelo. Imagine that. The official import beer of your Georgia Bulldogs. Grab a refreshing Modelo Especial brewed for full-time Bulldog fans. For 21 and up only, please drink responsibly. 21-20, Ole Miss leading Georgia here in a top 10 showdown SEC battle at Sanford Stadium. And I don't know who's on the field right now. I guess a lot of folks who were, former teams from days in the past. We've had quite a star-studded group of folks here today. Tim Worley was on the tailgate show with us. Roquan Smith is here. Malachi Starks, Kendall Milton, Justin Houston. Saw John Lastinger today, a whole lot more. So a whole lot of folks here for the big game. Dogs trailing by 1 at the half. Now let's check that Modelo scoreboard. Finals from earlier today. 17th ranked Vanderbilt in Nashville took down number 10 LSU 31-24. Anchored down, the Commodores win it. 12th ranked Georgia Tech win it to Duke, and then really had a good second half. The Jackets pulling away to a 27-18 victory there. Michigan at home knocked off Washington 24-7, and Tulane won at home over Army 24-17. 14th ranked Oklahoma rolled into Columbia, South Carolina, beat the Gamecocks 26-7. Central Florida was leading West Virginia 45-7 with 2 minutes left, and I'm sorry I don't have a final on that, and I know that you're all hanging on to see whether or not West Virginia was able to rally with 38 points in the last 2 minutes. Doubtful, right? Halftime score out of Wisconsin. Ohio State leading the Badgers 17-0. There's a delay at the half in Bloomington. Third-ranked Illinois has rallied past Michigan State. Lead Sparty now 21-10. Clemson is at home against Southern Methodist, and the Mustangs are winning at the half 16-7. Boise State trying to hand UNLV its first defeat of the season. UNLV comes in undefeated 6-0. The Broncos leading 28-24 at the half. Late second quarter score, number 7 Texas Tech leading at Arizona State 7-6. And we'll see. Yeah, there's that Florida score, 10-7. Gators on top of Mississippi State. They are midway through the second quarter there. Later games today, 8th ranked Oregon at Rutgers at 6:30. Then you'll have Number 21, Texas at Kentucky. That game's at 7 o'clock tonight. At 7:30, and number 11, Tennessee at number 6, Alabama. And you'll have number 20, Southern Cal playing at 13th ranked Notre Dame. That also at 7:30. And the final game in the conference tonight, 7:45 kick at Auburn as 16th ranked Missouri goes in as the Tigers try to tame the Tigers, and you can figure out which one is which. Here in Athens, it's 21-20. Ole Miss leading the Dogs. The Rebels will receive the second half kickoff. We'll come back with first half statistics and then second half action with Scott Howard, Josh Brock, and DJ Shockley following these words on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
In Georgia, Saturdays have a rhythm. A little coffee, a lot of pride, and folks who know how to show up on game day for the Dogs. When it comes to your health, you need a Medicare plan that cares for you just as much as we care about our dogs. Clover Health's all-in-one PPO plans include zero to low copays, allowances for dental, OTC, and eyewear, and the freedom to choose your doctor. Freedom, flexibility, and the savings we want. Medicare coverage that goes beyond the basics. Don't go through the season without a solid game plan. Clover Health, the coverage you've been missing. Visit cloverhealth.com to learn more. Clover is proud to support Bulldog football. Clover Health is a preferred provider organization, PPO, and a health maintenance organization, HMO, with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in Clover Health depends on contract renewal. Out-of-network, non-contracted providers are under no obligation to treat Clover members, except in emergency situations. Paid actor portrayal.
I'm Drew Bobo from UJ Football, and you're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Radio Network, brought to you by Georgia Power, powering the next play from the field to the community.
No flight is just a flight. It's a new beginning.
Hi, nice to meet you.
A love story.
Will you marry me?
It's your next step.
How about some light? Thank you. You're going to do great.
And at Delta, we're proud to help you take it.
In the SEC, it just means more. But what is it exactly? It's the fans, the students, the traditions, the legends. It's passion to celebrate deeper, reach farther, think smarter, make an impact off the field. It's that intangible thing that happens when 16 schools raise the bar as one. Because in the SEC, it just means more.
Back in Athens, where we got a great football game going on, but the Road Dog and I cannot stop talking about Shohei Ohtani last night. Unbelievable. 6 shutout innings, 10 strikeouts. He hit 3 home runs. That's like pitching a shutout in hockey and scoring a hat trick at the same time. Unbelievable. Time now to spotlight the first half's best in-game stats, brought to you by Old Dominion Freight Line. Old Dominion Freight Line works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to be the official freight partner of Georgia Athletics. Well, Ole Miss leading the Dogs 21-10. No one has stopped anyone else in this game. It's been we've traded 2 field goals for 1 touchdown. We had 1 more possession than the Rebels did in the first half. Total yardage in the first half, Georgia with 251 yards. The Rebels with 181. Dogs have outrushed Ole Miss 97 yards to 46. Gunnar Stockton is our leading rusher. He has 4 carries for 34 yards. Chauncey Bowens, 5 totes of the mail for 31. Nate Frazier has carried the pill 7 times for 30 yards. Gunnar is 14 of 19 passing, 154 yards, and 1 touchdown. And Zachariah Branch, the leading receiver for Georgia, number of catches with 5 for 26 yards. Yardage-wise, Colby Young with 1 big catch for 36 yards early in the game, and Colby went out. We have not seen him since that catch. A couple of field goals from Peyton Woodring in the first half. Terrific 51-yarder to kick off the game scoring and culminate the first drive of the game for Georgia. Peyton then closed out the half with a 35-yard field goal. It's 21-20. Ole Miss with the lead at the break. They'll take the ball. We'll come back with Scott Howard, Josh Brock, DJ Shockley, and second half action from the Classic City after these words on the Bulldog Sports Network.
At Kroger, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never compromise your meal with our spring salad mix, guaranteed fresh. And you never compromise your budget with low prices in every aisle. And you never compromise your appetite with our golden brown bread that's baked fresh in store. And you never compromise your wallet with our low prices. Kroger shoppers never compromise. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
College football season is Modelo season, and the Modelo Recruiter is scouting for full-time Bulldog fans who live and breathe football all season long. You know what that makes you? A full-time fan. Welcome to the roster, Recruit. You deserve an ice-cold Modelo, the official import beer of your Georgia Bulldogs. Because Bulldog season wouldn't be the same without you. Modelo Especial Beer, Chicago, Illinois. For 21 and up only, please drink responsibly.
Piedmont is passionate about Georgia, about each and every person that makes our state incredible. That's why we're leading real change in healthcare, dedicating ourselves to providing a quality patient experience through innovation, personalization, and teamwork. What does that mean for you? You get up-to-date treatment, collaborative care, and the best possible outcomes. To see more about our commitment to raising the standards of quality in Georgia, visit Piedmont.org/quality care. Piedmont, real change lives here.
This season, honor the win and the West in Tecovas. Whether you're in the stands or out celebrating after a big win, Tecovas Western boots are handcrafted for all-day comfort with colors and styles that look right at home. You can show your pride from head to toe. This football season, show up in boots. Find your perfect pair at Tecovas.com or at one of their retail stores in Atlanta or Alpharetta. Tecovas, forever West.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield and JMI Sports under the broadcast rights granted by the University of Georgia. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of the University of Georgia, Learfield, and JMI Sports. Announcers are provided by Learfield and JMI Sports and approved by the University of Georgia.
Back inside the Piedmont Healthcare radio booth, getting ready for the second half. Let's go down to DJ Shockley on the Attorney Ken Nugent sideline. Shock was in the locker room with the team at the half. Shock, what was happening?
Hey, fellas, spirited halftime. A lot of it was about the adjustments, especially on the defense side of the ball. Offense felt pretty good about their first half, obviously. A lot of things are there for them they spoke about, but they said we still have to be more physical in the double team. Josh, that's something I know you could talk about, but he wanted them to be more physical in their double teams because they're letting guys slide off, and that's the tribute to their runs as they kick the ball out of the end zone and start the second half. And defensively, it's all about making sure their eyes in the right spots, but also getting their feet in the grass. So they have to play a more physical style on the second half, and it comes down to this. He wants the ball out. They said we must own the second half.
Well, you are correct because we trail by a point going into the second half. So the Dogs will, as he said, as he told Shock going into the locker room, we're going to start to play in the second half.
That's what he said, but that's when we show up, right?
That's right. 21-20 as we begin quarter number 3 as Georgia kicks it through the end zone for the touchback. Ole Miss 1st and 10 on the 25. Trinidad Chambliss, the quarterback, trying to direct some traffic, trying to get guys in the right place. They flip-flop a tight end and a receiver. So Wright is in the slot to the left now, the big tight end. Snap it back. Chambliss with time. 4-man rush. He throws to the big tight end down the hash, and it's incomplete. The pass was a little bit low. Down below his waist, he couldn't bend down to make that catch on the run, and it's incomplete down around the 40-yard line.
Low and in traffic. Had the umpire there standing in the middle of the field, but also two Georgia defenders in the area, Scott.
2nd and 10, Ole Miss on the 25. 2 receivers left and 2 to the right. Now the tight end is in the slot to the right. Lacey in the backfield with Chambliss. Now they slide the tight end tight on the right edge. And the quarterback will throw it to the left, and it's caught, and Stribling is off and running over midfield, 40, far sideline 30, 20. He's going to outrun the defense for a long Ole Miss touchdown. 75 yards on the touchdown. It was just a short pass out to the left, but once Dejon Stribling, a senior from Kapolei, Hawaii, got by that first defender. He just out-sprinted everybody else on Georgia's defense to the goal line down the far sideline.
Missed tackles out wide will be the death of you. And that was a missed tackle on the far side by Dalen Everett. And then the next thing you know, it's goalposts for Ole Miss.
A fast response by the Rebels. 14 seconds into the third quarter. They're about to go up by 8 if they convert the extra point. Snap back. Kick is away, and the kick is good, and they do go up by 8. That is their largest lead of the game. 28-20 is our score now on the long 75-yard touchdown run. Well, most of it was on a run. It started with a pass from Chambliss to Stribling. And now Georgia will get the ball the first time in the second half. And still the offenses are dominating today through 2 quarters and 14 seconds. Ole Miss now with 258 total yards of offense. Georgia with 251 as they'll get the ball for the first time here in the third quarter.
That was a living example of one of the things we talked about. Why are we playing soft coverage defensively? It's like, because we really hope to keep the routes underneath us and then drive hard off of the cornerback or the safeties, drive hard off of that into making the tackle. And of course, you got to make the tackle in that scenario, but we didn't there. Big touchdown for Ole Miss.
Rebels will kick it away from left to right. Carnero booms this one into the end zone. It'll bounce over the back line. Branch will walk away and take the touchback. Bulldogs football, Georgia fans, is brought to you in part by Modelo, official import beer of your Georgia Bulldogs. Grab a refreshing Modelo Especial brewed for full-time Bulldogs fans for 21 and up only. Please drink responsibly. Georgia will start on the 25. As Ole Miss did just seconds ago. Rebels with a 28-20 lead. Bowen's in the backfield to start the second half. Here comes pressure, and Gunner dumps it off in the right flat to Chauncey. Caught it at the 20, quickly upfield, over the 30, the 35, and twisted down at the 37-yard line by Sage Ryan, the safety. 12-yard gain, Scana Energy first down for the Dogs on the first play, their first play of the second half. On the far hash, Georgia coming to our left. Out of the pistol, hand it to Bowens. Runs straight up the gut. Find a little seam there over the 40, and they wrap him up soundly at the 42, maybe the 43. We'll see where they spot it down. Right on the edge of the logo, middle of the field. They put it on the 43. 6-yard gain for Bowens. Whitehead Williams, the nickelback, made the tackle.
Good vision from Bowens, sticking that up in the A-gap there in the middle of the Georgia offensive line.
Out of the shotgun, Bowens to the left of Gunner. Play fake, Stockton to throw with time, dumps it right flat. Bowen makes the catch, makes a move, makes that first guy miss at the 40, and then dances his way up over the 45 to the 47-yard line. 4 more yards, and another Scana Energy first down. Nice jump cut by Chauncey Bowens after he caught that pass in the right flat.
Well, quick read from Gunner there. Saw nothing to his receivers on this near side of the field and just checked it down to Chauncey on the right side of the offensive formation where he had space.
Nate Frazier in the backfield now. We've also got the tight end Elias Williams lined up behind Ernest Green on the right side. Emotions for Branch and motion to the near side. Snap back to Gunner, play fake, throw, sideline, going for Elias, the big target, over the head, incomplete, but flags come flying in. Sage Ryan, the safety, at 6 feet and 200.
Defense, number 3, 15-yard penalty on the previous spot, first down.
He was trying to stay up with the big 6'7", 255-pounder Elias Williams, and they got flagged for pass interference. That'll move the ball into Ole Miss territory now for the Dogs at the Rebel 38-yard line.
It's a mismatch, 6 feet versus 6'7". Scott, I think I'd grab a hold of him too.
Yes, go for a ride. Play fake Gunner. He wants to roll to the right, and he's got a man wide open on the sideline on the far side of the field, and that is Oscar Delp. He was uncovered, and Gunner hit him, and he just kind of lost his balance as he tried to tightrope the sideline, fell out of bounds at the 28-yard line. A gain of 10, another Scana Energy first down. Maybe could have had more, Josh, but it looked like he lost his balance as he tried to tightrope it.
Absolutely lost his balance. Throw took him a little wide also, too, but good job by Oscar just getting the extra 4 yards with the big fella tightroping.
Frazier to the left of Stockton in the backfield. The Georgia quarterback talks to his back. Now they flip-flop and bring Humphreys in tight. Hand it to Frazier. Hole at left guard. He hits it, finds daylight. And Ole Miss will stop him at the 24-yard line as Frazier hit the hole pretty quick. They spot him at the 23. He got 5, and it was Gushikin and Williams, a couple of their linebackers, that made the stop. Second down for the Dogs, who go quick. They snap it, and Stockton will rear back and fire. And a leaping grab made by London Humphreys inside the 15 at the 14-yard line. A gain of 9 and a Scana Energy first down as the Dogs poke their heads inside the Massey-Ferguson red zone at the Rebel 14-yard line.
Our pass catchers are doing an amazing job today, making adjustments on balls that are just a little bit off target from Gunner.
Stockton, 18 of 23, throwing the football this afternoon. Humphreys in motion to the right. Bowens is back in the game, and he'll take the handoff from Gunner. And he'll pick up about 5 yards inside the 10, driving down to the 8.5. He got more than that. He got about 6.
There you go, big boys up front. That's what Shock was talking about. Let's be more physical in our combination blocks. Those are drive blocks. When you're working together, whether it's center guard or guard tackle, those are drive blocks on the down lineman up to the next level.
2nd and 4 for the Dogs, who go over 100 yards in rushing here in the second half, well, for the game. As the Dogs will operate out of the pistol here. Bowens behind Gunner. He's got Noah Thomas to the right, and he's got Dylan Bell to the left. They're going to run it. A little power football. Bowens cuts at left tackle, back inside, running between the hash marks, and tackled at the 4-yard line. Just running it, taking chunks of yardage with him straight up the field. Nothing fancy about that. 4-yard gain as Perkins hit him first. Suntarian Perkins, the first guy to him, as Bowens picks up the first down inside the 5. So it's goal to go from the Ole Miss 3.5-yard line.
Oscar needed to charge some money for the ride that he took that linebacker on that block.
I formation, McCray the full and Frazier the tail will fake the toss, and Gunner will throw it into the end zone. Tight end touchdown. Lawson Lucky backpedaling over the back line after he caught it. Right under the goal post on the right edge. Lawson Lucky with the score, and the Dogs look like they want to go for 2. 10 minutes and 2 seconds in the third as Georgia answers quickly. Again, not much defensive stoppage today. Both teams just racking up yards, converting on third down and moving the football. That Georgia touchdown brought to you by Conecuh Sausage, the official smoked sausage of the Georgia Bulldogs. Georgia will go for 2 here to try to tie the game at 28. Ball's on the near hash on the 3. Georgia working to the west end zone. 2-point conversion try. Cash Jones motions out, then back in. Now back out to the right flat. Gunner to throw. Pump fakes, pulls it down, spins out of the pocket, being chased. Got a block behind him. They're going to drag him down at the 10. Didn't get enough of a block, as Suntarian Perkins was the guy that caught Gunner before he got a full head of steam running to the right side. So the 2-point conversion fails.
Covered sack that time from Ole Miss. Nobody open in the end zone on the 2-point try.
28-26 is our new score now with a timeout here. 10:02 to go in the third quarter. Our second half today brought to you by First Franklin Financial, serving our neighbors since 1941. Dogs within 2. It's Ole Miss 28 and Georgia 26 on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Georgia Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
Okay, who's got a question?
Coach, talk about the ground game.
It's impressive. I don't know the total yardage, but we are certainly firing on all cylinders. Whether it's towing, hauling, or off-roading, Ford F-150 can tackle some of the most challenging terrain. Any more questions?
Go to Ford.com or visit your local Ford dealer for great offers on a well-equipped Ford F-150, the official truck of the Georgia Bulldogs.
This is Coach Kirby Smart. Go Dogs.
This is Drew Bobo from the Dogs, and you're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Radio Network presented by Georgia Power. They're here for you and the Bulldog Nation with tools to help you manage your energy and your budget.
If you've been hit hard, on the field or off, you need more than a whistle. You need a law firm that hits back. Morgan & Morgan Atlanta, 191 Peachtree Street, Atlanta, Georgia. Dial Pound Law or visit forthepeople.com. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
Two country music icons, one massive party, live between the hedges, presented by Pruitt Health. Luke Bryan, Jason Aldean. Let's get this thing started. Saturday, April 25th, UGA Sanford Stadium, with very special guests. Wish I could say I miss you. Zach Top, and Lauren Elena. Tickets on sale Friday, October 3rd at 10 a.m. at GeorgiaDogs.com. Produced by UGA.
After you work out, you can feel worn out. Reach for Core Power to recover right. A delicious protein shake with 26 grams of high-quality protein to build muscle. Champion your recovery with Core Power. Proud partner of Georgia Football. Learn more at CorePower.com.
Scott and Josh back inside the Piedmont Healthcare radio booth here at Sanford Stadium. Take advantage of exceptional lease and finance offers on the versatile BMW X3 sports activity vehicle. For more details, see your local BMW Center or visit BMWATL.com today. Proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics. Dogs preparing to kick it away now after drawing within 2, 28-26. Ole Miss leads. There have been 9 possessions between the two teams in this game, and there has been a score at the end of every one of them. Ole Miss with 4 touchdowns on their 4 possessions. Georgia with 5 possessions today, 3 touchdowns and 2 field goals. In a failed two-point conversion, that's the difference in the game right now, as Woodring's kick comes down to the 1, and a fair catch by Isaiah Hartrup is called, and the Rebels will have the football on their own 25.
Big drive defensively here, Scott. Seems like we're just begging for a stop at this point in time. Let's see who the punter actually is for Ole Miss, and can he actually punt the football?
Yeah, this is like a tennis match, and you're always trying to hold serve. Everybody's held serve so far today. We need a service break right here. See if our defense can come up with one. Ole Miss on the 25-yard line. And they'll play fake and throw. They faked it to Lacey and fired it out to the only receiver on the right side of the field, Harrison Wallace. He made the catch and got out of bounds at the 34-yard line, chased out and tackled by DeMello Jones, Jonel Aguero. But the Rebels pick up 9 to the 34, 2nd and 1.
Finally, a corner in the face of a receiver here on the near side.
Chambliss out of the shotgun. Lacey in the backfield. He'll get the handoff here and try to angle at right tackle, and the Dogs eat him up at the 35-yard line. Only a 1-yard gain. And that was Q Johnson and Jonel Aguero on the stop, but it's enough for the first down. They only needed a yard, and that's about all they got. 1st and 10 on the 35 for the Rebels. They lead by 2, 28-26. It's big Elijah Griffin moving around over the center, now over the guard for that defensive front, and Ole Miss false starts. I don't know if they moved because he was moving, but they got the flag. Harrison Wallace, they were not moving because he was moving, because the wide receiver was the guy that was flagged for it.
Well, and see, just a little bit of an adjustment, putting the corner in their face of the receiver. As soon as Dalen Everett went to go bail out Scott on the fake clap snap count, that's when the receiver jumped.
First and 15 for the Rebels. Play fake and a throw to the far sideline. The receiver stumbled out of his break. Deuce Alexander, and the ball ends up sailing behind him as he was looking up. After he recovered his balance, the ball was flying behind his head. He was covered over there by K.J. Bolden, and it goes incomplete into the Ole Miss sideline. A little bit of a timing pattern there that had no timing with Deuce Alexander. Second and 15 for the Rebels on their 30. Moving to our right, linebackers jump into the gaps for Georgia. Ole Miss doesn't move. Now they snap it back. Chambliss wants to throw. Same pattern and the same position. And this time, pass is caught. Flag comes in. They're going to get Georgia for interference, but, man, that ball was placed perfectly, and Alexander caught it right over the top of the defenders on the Ole Miss sideline.
Pass interference. Defense, number 15. The penalty is declined. The result of the play is a first down.
That's at least 3 of those that we've had today, penalty-wise.
Scott, you got to get your head around to play the football, right? You're to the wide side. You're going to be in man coverage with a little bit of inside support from the safety. You see K.J. Bolden has been in that role all day long. You got to turn around and get your head in the ball, see the ball.
27-yard gain on a brilliant one-handed leaping catch as we looked at the replay by Deuce Alexander. That was brilliant. First and 10, Ole Miss. They lead by 2, and they're on the move again. They'll try to run it at an end around to Watkins around the left side on friendly territory on the north side of the field, and the Dogs stretch it out to the sideline and stop that play at the 34-yard line with Aguero, the nickel junior from Lynn, Massachusetts, making the stop at the 34. The gain is 4. Ole Miss now looking at 2nd and 6 in Bulldogs territory. Lacey lined up behind Chambliss in the pistol. Overloaded to the right with receivers. Now they run a man in motion. Chambliss going to play fake it and keep it. The Ole Miss quarterback belted as he runs out of bounds on an angle towards the first down marker. At the 30-yard line, we shoved him into the boundary. Chased him out with C.J. Allen. He's going to be short by a little bit. 3rd and 2. 3rd and a little less than 2, actually. At the 30-yard line. He got 4 yards. Dogs substitute, bringing a couple of fresh bodies on defense. Quintavious Johnson and Joseph Jonia. And we take Gabe Harris and Chris Jones out. 7:20, third quarter, clock moving. Ole Miss with a 2-point lead, looking for more. They're on the 30 of Georgia. Handoff running straight ahead. Big Lacey, second leading rusher in the SEC. Did not get it. Jammed up at the 30. Running right down the hash. Straight ahead. And we stopped him at the 30 with Wilson, Allen, and Johnson, our linebackers. It's 4th down. 4th and about 1.5 yards. Ole Miss wants to go for it. 6:50 and the clock moving, and the noise is deafening on that end of the field. Lacey. As they go Wildcat, Chambliss to the left of Lacey, who's lined up to take the direct snap. He will. He'll hand it to the quarterback, who fakes the end around. Now will keep it and run to the right with the ball in his hand like a loaf of bread. He's going to get the first down easily and veers out of bounds at the 13 on the near sideline. He got 17 on that play.
A little bit of trickeration, created some mismatches there. The direct snap to the running back made you think that they were going to run a true Wildcat, but then he just absolutely just flips it to Chambliss. And then, of course, the Dogs are in pass defense at that point in time. No chance for us to get him on the ground. There's Josh Horton in pursuit.
We take out some big bodies. Their tongues might be hanging out, and we replace them with fresh ones. Chambliss back in the shotgun. Ole Miss on the Georgia 13-yard line. 1st and 10. Quarterback keeper. He jitterbugs off the left side of the line of scrimmage. Not much there. The Dogs jammed it up pretty good with Jonia and Jonel Aguero. And Chambliss is preventing from getting much of anything. Looks like they may give him a yard to the 12. 2nd down and 9. Ole Miss with a 2-point lead, looking for more. We haven't stopped them all day, but they haven't stopped us either. But we have kicked 2 field goals, and that's really the difference. And we've missed a 2-point conversion to try to tie the game moments ago. Chambliss to throw it. He darts one inside the 5. It's caught. We wrap him up. They've got a big lineman trying to drive the pile inside the 5. Whistles blow maybe at the 3 is where they'll spot the ball way down to the far right end of the field. And that was Harrison Wallace, who they targeted and completed that pass to, a senior from Montgomery, Alabama, and a transfer from Penn State. It's going to be goal to go on the 2. Ole Miss trying to get in the end zone again. They will run it and will not get in the end zone this time at right tackle. We just shoved Lacey back on his backside at the 3. That was Elijah Griffin, and Chris Cole on the stop as they close that gap in a hurry. No gain on the play for Ole Miss. Second and goal from the 2.
Jonah Jonier with great penetration, too, slowing Lacey up.
How about a turnover, Ole Miss? You've had problems with that all season long. Hasn't really reared its head at all today. They have fumbled it once, but they recovered it. Snap it to Chambliss, and he'll try to run it in straight down the hash. He danced side to side, and he got in there, broke the plane, and that's a touchdown in the pile. So Chambliss able to get the ball over the goal line, and that adds 6 more for Ole Miss. And they lead it now 34-26, and we'll try to go up by 9 with a point after.
Chambliss just patiently waited for the smallest of openings to be able to get across that goal line, and it appears he did.
2-yard touchdown run. The officials are holding up the extra point try while replay takes a look at it. And we'll take a look at it on our monitor as well. Looks like his knees were down just inside the 1, but I think the ball was
touchdown
across the plane at that time.
Is under video review.
They're going to actually review it officially. And the play is under review, as you heard Daniel Gautreaux, the referee, announce. So that means Pruitt Health will bring you this review, where family makes us stronger, proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs. First review we've had today. Well, we had a bunch last week, didn't we? I lost count. We had so many. Let's pause 10 seconds. Station identification on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. Ole Miss up 34-26 as it stands right now, and that's a quick review. I think we're going to hear a touchdown here from the referee.
After video review, the call of a touchdown is upheld.
And there you go. So Ole Miss will try the point after. They lead by 8 at the moment. They're trying to go up 9. Point after pending from Lucas Carnero. And they'll be kicking towards the east end zone. So neither team has punted today. Neither team has stopped the other. But Ole Miss has scored all touchdowns. They haven't kicked any field goals today. We've kicked 2 and missed a 2-point conversion. Carnero for the point after. Snap, hold, kick in the air, and it is good. All right, timeout here at Sanford Stadium as Ole Miss extends the lead, their largest of the game at 9 points right now. They lead Georgia 35-26. It's a shootout between the hedges. 4:12 to go, third quarter, and Ole Miss is in front. Our second half today is brought to you by First Franklin Financial, serving our neighbors since 1941. We're back to Athens right after this on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
College football season is Modelo season, and the Modelo Recruiter is scouting for full-time Bulldog fans who live and breathe football all season long. You know what that makes you? A full-time fan. Welcome to the roster, Recruit. You deserve an ice-cold Modelo, the official import beer of your Georgia Bulldogs. Because Bulldog season wouldn't be the same without you. Modelo Especial Beer, Chicago, Illinois. For 21 and up only, please drink responsibly.
Your Georgia Bulldogs know what it takes to build a winning team. When you combine dedication, talent, and a drive to win, nothing can beat you. With 20 years of providing natural gas to homes and businesses all over Georgia, Walton Gas combines trustworthy service and straightforward rate plans for the best customer experience. With Walton Gas, every customer wins. Visit WaltonGas.com to see how Georgia's most trusted natural gas provider can serve you. Go Dogs!
Big games and big bills have one thing in common. They don't happen alone. We're the United Association of Plumbers, Pipe Fitters, and HVACR Technicians Local 72, and we're training the next generation of mechanical pros in Athens, Atlanta, and across the state of Georgia. The pipeline to your future starts here. Visit ua72.org.
What's up, dog fans? I'm bringing you some exciting news. Southeast Mortgage, the official home loan lender of the Georgia Bulldogs, is ready to help you win big in the homeownership game. Southeast Mortgage has a game plan tailored to your needs to get you in the end zone of your dream home. So whether you're a proud alum or a passionate fan, Southeast Mortgage will help you finance your home. It's time to huddle up with Southeast Mortgage. Visit our website at southeastmortgage.com/UGA to start your home financing journey today. NMLS number 103956. Georgia Residential Mortgage Licensee number 6578.
We are located in the southwest corner of Sanford Stadium here in the Piedmont Healthcare radio booth. As we watch Georgia and Ole Miss this afternoon, the 5th-ranked Rebels with a 35-26 lead over the 9th-ranked Bulldogs. Here this afternoon, Georgia Bulldogs Football Sports Network is brought to you by Georgia Power. We're here for the win. Georgia Power is here for you. Dogs got to do a little work here if we're to get the win today. Trailed by 9, largest deficit of the game. Ole Miss has had the ball 5 times, and they've scored 5 times, 5 touchdowns. Georgia will try to counter again. Neither team has punted today. Neither team has turned it over. Carnero to kick it away left to right for the Rebels. And this one is right down the middle of the field and deep into the back of the end zone, and another touchback as Georgia will take over on its own 25-yard line now. 4:12 remaining in the third quarter. And the Dogs have fallen back by 9 points. And we got a TV timeout. So TV, that may be, is that the makeup of the first half? No. All right, another timeout. Kickoff timeout. And we'll come back for action after this. 4:12 on the clock. Our second half brought to you by First Franklin Financial. Go see the friendly Franklin folks at one of their convenient Georgia locations. Score remains Ole Miss 35, Georgia 26 on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
2 country music icons, 1 massive party, live between the hedges, presented by Pruitt Health. Jason Aldean, Luke Bryan. Saturday, April 25th, UGA Sanford Stadium, with very special guests. Wish I could say I miss you. Zach Top and Lauren Elena. Tickets on sale Friday, October 3rd at 10 a.m. at GeorgiaDogs.com. Produced by UGA.
Do you have questions about Medicare? Let us help. Aetna has Medicare Advantage plans that include prescription drug coverage with a $0 monthly plan premium. Plus, plans include benefits for your whole health, like dental, vision, and hearing. Call Aetna today at 1-888-76-AETNA to learn more. There's no obligation to enroll. One of our licensed agents will answer your call and help you pick the right plan for you. Aetna Medicare is an HMO PPO plan with a Medicare contract. Our D-SNPs also have contracts with state Medicaid programs. Enrollment in our plans depends on contract renewal. Plan features and availability may vary by service area.
This is Monroe Freeling from the Dawes, and you're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Radio Network presented by Georgia Power. My team has my back, and Georgia Power has yours with reliable energy you can count on.
Kick off your game with Georgia Peanuts. Power-packed with protein, essential nutrients, and great taste, Georgia Peanuts are the MVP for affordability, sustainability, and nutrition. To score life touchdowns while cheering on the Dogs, look for Georgia Peanuts in Sanford Stadium concessions or visit gapeanuts.com to order online. This message is brought to you by the family farmers of the Georgia Peanut Commission. Peanuts! Get your peanuts!
You can't always predict what's next, but you can be ready for it in a BMW SUV. The
performance-driven X1 comes built for every journey, while the X3's sporty design and innovative technology keep your drive connected. The X5 blends performance with a commanding presence, or make it even bigger with 3 rows of luxurious seating in the X7. For every road, there's an X built to drive it. BMW, the ultimate driving machine. Take advantage of exceptional lease offers today.
Governor's Office of Highway Safety reminds you the penalty for getting a DUI can cost up to $10,000. That's why the Governor's Office of Highway Safety says drive sober so you won't get pulled over. 82nd consecutive sellout here at Sanford Stadium. Along with Josh Brock, Scott Howard, glad to be back with you inside the Piedmont Healthcare radio booth. Ole Miss leads Georgia 35-26. We've got 4:12 remaining in the third quarter. Georgia has the football and will be 1st and 10 at our 25-yard line. Here we go. Dogs break the huddle. Now flip-flop some personnel. 2 tight ends on this near side along with London Humphreys, and big Josh McCray is in the backfield. He'll get the handoff for his first carry of the game. He rambles to the 30-yard line, angling outside left tackle, running this way on the near side for 5 yards. 2nd and 5 coming up for the Dogs.
First carry of first snap of the game for McCray. Good to see him in there. Of course, running to the edges of the offense. Don't see that too often either.
Dogs have rushed for 124 yards as a team today. Branch in motion. Now he reverses back to the right. And we hand it off to Big McCray. He's got fresh legs and power, and he drives straight ahead between the tackles for 5 more to the 35-yard line. He just crashes in there. I mean, he's like another offensive lineman. He runs with such force. After 2 carries, he'll come out of the ball game, however, as the Dogs pick up the first down on that second run by McCray. Clock ticking at 3:12. Frazier in the game now in the backfield. Nate this afternoon, 8 carries on 35 yards. Bell in motion to the right. Play fake to Frazier. Gunner with time wants to throw. Now he pulls it down and runs up the hash, and they yank him down from behind at the 39-yard line and may pull him back another yard at 38, according to the spot from the lineman. Jamarius Brown, a defensive tackle, makes the stop at the 38, a 3-yard gain by the Georgia quarterback.
Positive play on first down there, keeping the Dogs ahead of the chains. Gunner not seeing anything downfield, pulling down, just running a little bit.
2nd and 7, they call it, from our 38. We trot Delp in motion to the right. Shotgun snap. Gunner with pressure. Avoids it. Runs now to the 40. To the sideline. Twisted and spun out of bounds at the 45-yard line. Let's see where they spot him. Near the 45, and that was Suntarian Perkins giving chase for Ole Miss. Looks like they'll spot it at the 44.
Forward and out of bounds. The ball will be brought back to the spot of the fumble. It'll be 3rd down.
So out of the spin, it looked like Gunner coughed it up, I guess. In that crowd of bodies on the near sideline, didn't see that. We'll look at the replay as they stripped it out of the right arm. And the Dogs get a break there because the fumble occurred on the field of play, but right on the sideline. So they bring it back a smidge and put it at the 42-yard line, or the 43, 42 and a half. Let's call it that. Those are the balls almost on the 43. We're going to hand it to big Josh McCray. He dives in there at left guard, goes really low, and Ole Miss squats down on top of him right on the turf shy of the 45-yard line. It's going to be 4th down now and short.
Ole Miss shifted to a Bears front, which means every offensive lineman gets covered up by a defensive lineman or a linebacker. That adjustment there, Georgia did not do a good job of blocking that particular shift from Ole Miss.
4th and about a yard from our 44. We turn and hand it off, and they run across the pile, and Ole Miss thinks they've stopped us. Josh McCray has something else to say about it. He came out on the other side of the pile and got the first down. Ole Miss has a player down. Ole Miss immediately Everybody on the defense held up a fist as a 4th down stop, but McCray got the first down, just barely, at the 45-yard line.
Scott on the second effort, the third effort, then the fourth effort, getting the first down. The big guy just refusing to go down. Of course, we've seen that all season long from him. Short yardage situation is just a horrible guy to try to tackle for opposing defenses.
Ole Miss with an injured player. That's Daugherty, the linebacker, I think. No, it's Franklin, Cam Franklin, the defensive end. 5, not 6. And we've got 63 seconds remaining in the third quarter as they stop play briefly. 35-26 is our score. Ole Miss in front. Let's check the Modelo scoreboard. We got Florida leading Mississippi State at the half, 13-7. Texas A&M 7-3 on Arkansas. First quarter score there. Ohio State 27-0 in the fourth on Wisconsin. Indiana on their way to another win apparently. 35-10. They lead Michigan State in the third. Here it's 35-26 Ole Miss. We're back to play. Less than a minute to go in the third quarter. Dogs with the ball, 1st and 10 on our 46. Gunner wants to throw one-on-one with Branch. Far side, he caught it on the far sideline around the 30-yard line. Down on the turf at the 28. What a catch by Branch. Covered up by Jalen Braxton, the corner. But that didn't stop Zachariah. He brought that thing in. He is pumped up as he comes to the sideline.
Back shoulder throw from Gunner. Great adjustment in the air from Zach Branch. You never think a guy that's 5'10", 180 would be such a damaging offensive weapon for those 50-50 balls, Scott.
27-yard gain. Dogs 1st and 10 on the Ole Miss 28-yard line. Moving to the left here in the last play of the third quarter. Play fake Gunner. He's off and running. Far sideline. He ran out of space and out of bounds. He goes inside the 20 at the 19, but he gets inside the Massey Ferguson red zone to end the third quarter. Gunner Stockton got 9. It's going to be 2nd and 1 as we go to the final 15 minutes with Georgia trailing by 9, 35-26, but the Dogs are on the move again, looking for more points as we head to the fourth quarter. Timeout at Sanford Stadium. Our second half today is brought to you by First Franklin Financial. Visit 1ffc.com to learn more. Again, the score, Ole Miss 35, Dogs 26 as we go to the fourth on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Fall is in season at Kohl's, and you know what that means. Pumpkins, plaid, and anything that smells like cinnamon. This week, take an extra 20% off decor, home furnishings, bedding, and more. So whether fall is your entire personality or you're just a casual pumpkin enthusiast, the deals at Kohl's are here for your seasonal style. Select styles, some exclusions apply. 20% offer ends October 19th. See store or Kohls.com for details.
Hello, I'm Neil Pruitt, Chairman and CEO of Pruitt Health, a proud sponsor of the Georgia Bulldogs. If you're a compassionate caregiver looking to make a real difference, we invite you to join our team. We're committed to helping people get back in the game and back to their lives. So explore our careers in skilled nursing, therapy, home health, and more, all with unmatched advancement opportunities. Visit PruittHealth.com. That's PruittHealth.com.
There's team pride, and then there's extra Bulldog pride. When I'm carrying the Georgia Bulldogs Regions Visa debit card or prepaid Regions Now card, that's exactly what I get. Whether I'm grabbing some extra Georgia gear or picking up an extra dozen wings for the game, this card always brings it. Sometimes I get an extra Go Dogs from the cashier too. Visit Regions.com/Go Dogs to get yours.
Extra changes everything. And at Regions, Extra is our ordinary. Official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC.
Hey, Jacoby, you got your jersey ready for Saturday? I laid mine out days ago.
Ja'Cory, your jersey's in the laundry.
Wait, did you just tell me my jersey's dirty? To the avocados from Mexico jingle?
I mean, bad news just sounds better that way. Kind of like how avocados from Mexico make everything better.
True. Let's fire up some guac, throw in our lucky socks, and still make it a win. It's good.
Avocados from Mexico.
Ole Miss leads Georgia 35-26 as we go to the fourth quarter. Welcome back from the Piedmont Healthcare radio booth along with Josh Brock. I'm Scott Howard, DJ Shockley on the sidelines. And And we've got Chris Schiavone, Neil Williamson, Adam Gillespie all in the booth. Talik Pratt back in our network studios, and we've got 15 minutes of football remaining. Let's take a look at that third quarter recap brought to you by Ag South, Ag Georgia, and Southwest Georgia Farm Credit. Loans for land and farms. In the third period, Ole Miss outscored the Dogs 14-6. Total yardage for the third quarter only 155 yards for Ole Miss, 116 for the Dogs, who rushed for 52 and passed for 64. Ole Miss has been tearing us up with the pass play today, 125 through the air in that third quarter. They only rushed for 30 yards, and they lead it by 9. But the Dogs are threatening inside the Massey-Ferguson red zone as we move the ball again. Still haven't been any punts in the game by either side. And the Dogs trying to punch one here and cut into that 9-point deficit. Now we're moving to our right. McCray, the single setback. Stockton under center. Turns, stretch, handoff. McCray runs straight, nothing there. Runs to the right, stiff arms a man. They drive him out of bounds along the line of scrimmage. May have lost a yard at the 20 on this near sideline. Andrew Jones and Gushikin with the stop for the Ole Miss defense. They say no gain on the play. It's going to be 3rd and short. Give it to McCray again. He's hitting the backfield, but he just keeps driving. He gets the first down, moves the pile. The linemen jump in and go for a little extra push. And the Dogs get a couple of yards or so. There's a flag now, too. Check that at the line of scrimmage. There's one in the end zone, one on the line of scrimmage at the 20 on the far side of the field.
Defense. 5-yard penalty in the previous spot. The result of the foul is a first down.
So they'll get the first down via the penalty, as you heard referee Daniel Gautreau. 14 and a half minutes remaining, 14:31 to be exact, and the penalty will move the Bulldogs inside the 15-yard line. Down to almost the 13.
One-on-one coverage up top with Noah Thomas in the corner.
And Frazier in the backfield. And Branch in motion, but give it to Nate straight ahead. He cuts it left guard down the hash, and he's tripped up at the 6-yard line. He had a full head of steam. And Frazier knocked down around the 6.5 maybe. It'll be 2nd and 3.
Playside linebacker made a touchdown-saving tackle for Ole Miss there. Nate Frazier, as you said, Scott, had a full head of steam headed toward that east end zone.
Got 7 on the run. Here's Stockton now inside the 10 in the shotgun. Give it to Nate. Fake it to Nate. Keep it. Gunner's got the ball tucked in his right arm. He runs to the right. He slams on the brakes, tries to cut back outside the numbers at the 5, and tucks inside for another yard to the 4. That's 2 or 3 the hard way, but he got a first down on that run. He didn't get a lot, but he got what he needed. And the Dogs are goal to go inside the Ole Miss 5 at the 3.5. Georgia trails 35-26. Trying to change that here on this possession. 2 tight ends to the right. Stockton under center. Drew Bobo ready to snap. Man in motion is Bell. Play fake on the pitch. Will throw it out. Wide open. Frazier left flat. He catches it at the 2 and 3 steps into the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia.
Scott, great protection up front that allowed that double move to be able to take place. Ultimately, nowhere to throw the ball in the end zone, but you check down your safety valve, Nate Frazier, wide open for the Dogs in that northeast corner of the field.
One of the Ole Miss defenders tried to close out late, but it was too late as Frazier caught the ball around the 2 or 3, and it was easy 2 or 3 steps into the corner of the end zone for a touchdown. With 12:56 remaining, the Dogs draw closer. We'll try the point after, try to make it a 2-point game again. Peyton Woodring will handle the kicking duties. Snap back, hold, kick, up and good. 35-33 is our new score. That Georgia touchdown brought to you by Conecuh Sausage, the official smoked sausage of the Georgia Bulldogs. Timeout, Sanford Stadium. Dogs have revved it up again. It's 35-32. Georgia trails by 2, but we got plenty of time remaining, so come on back. Our second half today brought to you by First Franklin Financial, serving our neighbors since 1941. Back in a moment, Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience. sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Georgia Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
It's college football season, so you need all the energy you can get. Luckily, Georgia Power knows a thing or two about saving energy. We understand that energy costs are an important part of your budget. That's why we're dedicated to providing tools and assistance that can help make a difference, so you can save your energy for the game. Visit georgiapower.com/myenergy to learn more.
This is Monroe Freeland from the Dogs, and you're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Radio Network presented by Georgia Power, the official power source of the Georgia Bulldogs.
Is that Tacoma towing a pink mechanical bull? Sure seems like it. Well, I'll be.
Truck like you truck with a great deal during Toyota Truck Month. Get $1,000 in Conquest bonus cash for new Toyota customers on a new 2025 Toyota Tacoma. Valid through November 3rd, 2025. Offer entitles $1,000 Conquest bonus cash on certain new 2025 and 2026 Toyota pickup trucks for current non-Toyota owners of small, midsize, and large pickup trucks. Exclusions apply. See dealer for details. Toyota. Let's go places.
No flight is just a flight. It's a new beginning.
Hi, nice to meet you.
A love story.
Will you marry me?
A launch pad. It's your next step.
How about some light? Thank you. You're gonna do great.
And at Delta, we're proud to help you take it.
The Piedmont Healthcare radio booth shorted us a point going into the break. The extra point made it 33, so it's 35-33. Ole Miss leads Georgia by 2 as we go down to the Attorney Ken Nugent sidelines and DJ Shockley. Shock.
Hey, fellas, I was visiting on the defensive side over there, trying to listen on some of the things they had going on, and a lot of conversation about just getting lined up and not overthinking. But just like you guys were talking about, got to play tighter on the outside, and that's something they talked about is we can't give up the easy ones. They can't give them just stuff that's going to be easy to get up, easy yards.
Here's Woodring's kick. This one sails high right down the hash in a straight line. Going to land about halfway deep in the end zone. Take a few bounces there, and the Rebels will take the touchback at the 25. And look at the little fella retrieving the tee at the 35 on the other end. What a moment for him.
He's been busy today. Lots of touchdowns, lots of points scored for Georgia.
You get a full day's work today. Lots of kickoffs, as you mentioned. Nobody's punted. Everybody's scoring.
Well, we're about to have a punt right here, Scott. I'm going to speak it into existence. This Georgia defense, we need them to have a stop. Right now, they're going to get it. And just as you just heard from Shock, here are our corners lined up just a yard across the line of scrimmage across the receivers.
Empty set for Chambliss. Motion man to the right. Chambliss sets up and throws. He has the tight end running down the field, but he misses him, throws it behind him on a short hop. He had big Daquan Wright that didn't have anybody in his radius for about 4 or 5 yards, but Chambliss couldn't hit him. Incomplete downfield. It's 2nd and 10 for the Rebels.
Gabe Harris was causing pressure in the backfield and the peripheral vision of Chambliss.
They put Lacey in the backfield now on 2nd and 10 from the 25. Rebels snap it. Chambliss quick throw. Pass batted down at the line of scrimmage. Back down to the ground. Was that McLeod that got it? Yeah, big Xavier McLeod pawed it down from the line of scrimmage. A deflected pass. And now it's 3rd and 10. And they're in the noisy end of the stadium. How about that in the 4th quarter? 3rd and 10. 12:49. Clock stopped here in the 4th. Ole Miss with a 2-point lead. 3rd down play. Chambliss drops way back to the 12. Now running, and he will throw on the run, and it's broken up, incomplete at the 25. Tried to get it to Stribling, who had a big, long 75-yard touchdown pass earlier in the game. Not there, though. Dogs hold on 3rd down. We're going to have our first punt of the game by either side. You did talk it into existence.
I did speak it into existence, and we're going to get a punt, and then we're going to get a punt after a 3-and-out. Great job by the Dogs on defense there.
Stadium rocking now. Here's Oscar Bird from Australia to punt it away. Long high kick taken by Branch on a fair catch. He bends down at the 34-yard line, catches that ball, and the Dogs will have it. They'll put him on the 33-yard line. 42-yard punt, no return. Dogs football on our 33.
Well, and Scott, because we've started every offensive drive after a score, this is the best starting field position of the day for this Georgia offense. Just down by 2. They haven't stopped us all day long either. Let's not return the favor. Let's go put this in for 6, boys.
We finally got a service break. Now let's see if we can take advantage of it. 12:37 to play. 35-33. Ole Miss leads Georgia. And we flip it to Bell on a reverse, running this way with Delp blocking. Bell makes a man miss to the 40-45. They grab at his hips, pull him down at the 50-yard line. Quick 17-yard gain. Big first down. Dylan Bell all the way to midfield. Eccles is the guy that had to chase him downfield. One of their big defensive linemen. He might be winded after that.
Delp downfield blocking also, too. Right tackle, big Ernest Green downfield blocking for Dylan Bell on that end around.
4 receivers in the formation, 2 to each side. Frazier in the backfield with Stockton. They work out of the shotgun from the 50-yard line. Snap it back. Gunner looks left, now over the middle, and throws and hits Delp at the 45. He is tackled right there where he catches it and falls forward to the 44. Andrew Jones, a Grambling transfer, made the tackle, a senior linebacker. 6-yard pickup for the Dogs to the Ole Miss 44-yard line. Second down and 4.
Middle intermediate pass game been on point today for the Dogs offensively.
Frazier in the backfield with Stockton to his left. A motion in Bell tight to the right. And hand it to Nate Frazier. A jump cut at left tackle and positive territory for Nate Frazier as he drives inside the 40-yard line, down close to the 36 before he's stopped by Franklin and Williams, the defensive end and the linebacker. It was one jump cut for Nate Frazier, and he had a few more yards down to the 35-yard line. First and 10 Dogs after a 9-yard run. Bowens is in, lone setback in the pistol. They hand it to Chauncey, and Bowens weaves his way to the right, close to the 30, going to be stopped around the 32, stacked up by Cam Franklin, the sophomore defensive end, who's made a lot of tackles for the Ole Miss defense today. Ole Miss defense, hands on hips for many of them right now, trying to get a breath. Clock is moving at 10.5, and Georgia's on the move. At the 32-yard line, that was a 3-yard gain for Bowens. 35-33, Ole Miss by 2. Everybody in tight to the left. Fake the stretch handoff. Gunner sets up with all kinds of time. Nothing downfield. Rolls to his right. Now back to the left. He's got a lot of running space. Here goes Gunner to the 30. Tripped up middle of the field. Falling ahead to the 25-yard line. He got 7 and a first down. Perkins is a guy that tripped him up. He ran all the way to the right. Nothing was open downfield. He ran back to the left. He just had a wall of blocking, but he cut down inside the hash marks and got 7. Micah Morris with a block to help him get that 7 yards on the left side. Dogs first and 10 on the Ole Miss 25. Out of the pistol, hand it to Frazier. Frazier tries to sprint for the left corner, can't get there. Ole Miss gets there first. Andrew Jones, the linebacker, leading the charge. He makes the stop, and Frazier stopped at the 25 for no gain.
Left side of that offensive line, unable to get off their combination blocks up to the second level there. Couldn't get there, couldn't get enough on him before the linebacker shot through and got Frazier.
Frazier now 50 yards on 11 carries. Stockton's our leading rusher today, 61 on 9. Frazier stays in the game in the backfield. 2 receivers stacked to the left. Now they bring a man in motion, 1 to the right. That's Branch in motion to the right side. Gunner wants to throw it to Branch. He's open right flat, caught at the 22. Sidesteps a man at the 17. In the air, knocked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. broke the tackle of Chris Graves, or made him miss, and then Gushikin is the guy that knocked him out of bounds, but it's a first down for the Dogs at the 12. Georgia in the Massey-Ferguson red zone. Massey-Ferguson, born to farm, built to perform, and the Dogs are performing right now. 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line after a 13-yard pickup. Frazier motions back into the backfield. Now Stockton moves him around to his left. Works out of the shotgun. Handed off to Nate Frazier. He's going to do the work inside, right down the hash. Jump cut inside the 10 and down to the 8. They may put it on the 7-yard line when they unstack everybody, and they do. Down to the 7, 6 more yards for Nate Frazier. Georgia's offense is on the move, trying to take the lead here with less than 8 minutes to go.
Physical wham block from Oscar Delp that time, moving from the left side of Georgia's formation to the right side and taking on the linebacker one-on-one.
Bowen's in the game now in the backfield. Humphrey in motion, lines up to the right behind the tight end Delp. Play fake, Bowens throw it across the goal line in the end zone. Caught, touchdown! Touchdown, Lucky! Lawson Lucky with his 3rd touchdown catch of the day. He beats Sage Ryan, the safety, on a dart by Gunner. And the Dogs have the lead, 39-35 with 7:29 to go.
Good read on the RPO from Gunner. Put it in the running back's belly, but then pulled it out because he saw inside leverage from his big tight end. Lawson Lucky there for his 2nd touchdown of the day. Awesome throw and catch.
Dogs retake the lead for the first time in a while. And here's the extra point from Peyton Woodring to try to make it a 40-35 game. Snap. Hold, kick, good. He remains perfect in his career on extra points. Georgia by 5 with 7:29 to go. It's far from over. 40-35. That 3rd Lawson Lucky touchdown of the afternoon brought to you by Conecuh Sausage, the official smoked sausage of the Georgia Bulldogs. Timeout between the hedges. Second half today brought to you by First Franklin Financial, serving our neighbors since 1941. Dogs 40, Rebels 35 on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
There's team pride, and then there's extra Bulldog pride. When I'm carrying the Georgia Bulldogs Regions Visa debit card or prepaid Regions Now card, that's exactly what I get. Whether I'm grabbing some extra Georgia gear or picking up an extra dozen wings for the game, this card always brings it. Sometimes I get an extra Go Dogs from the cashier too. Visit Regions.com/Go Dogs to get yours.
Extra changes everything. And at Regions, Extra is our ordinary. Official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC.
Hi, I'm Gunnar Stockton, quarterback of the Georgia Bulldogs.
And I'm Ken Nugent, proud sponsor of the Georgia Bulldogs and Georgia's favorite personal injury attorney.
This season, Ken and I are teaming up to make our touchdowns count even more.
That's right. For every touchdown the Dogs score this year, I'm donating $200 to the Boys and Girls Club here in Athens.
It's about giving back to the kids in our community, and that's something we can all cheer for.
And remember, big hits don't only happen between the hedges.
May I? One call, that's all.
Hey, that was pretty good. One call, that's all.
Around here, we take pride in showing up for our families, our neighbors, our dogs, and our health.
Just like the loyalty we have for our dogs, we deserve a Medicare plan that is loyal to us. A plan that is there for us day in and day out, no matter what happens.
That's why we should have Clover Health on our team. Clover's Medicare PPO plans offer the freedom and flexibility of a PPO with the benefits and savings we want.
It's more than just a Medicare advantage. It's the confidence to do more, cheer more, enjoy more. Clover Health, the coverage we've been missing.
Visit cloverhealth.com to learn more. Clover Health is proud to support Bulldog football.
Clover Health is a preferred provider organization, PPO, and a health maintenance organization, HMO, with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in Clover Health depends on contract renewal. Paid actor portrayal.
Back with you at Sanford Stadium here at Dooley Field in Athens, where Georgia has retaken the lead, 40-35. We're back with you inside the Piedmont Healthcare radio booth. The Dogs go 67 yards. After forcing a 3-and-out for Ole Miss, their first punt of the day, Georgia takes over at its 33, goes 67 yards in 9 plays and 5:08. Gunnar Stockton hits Lawson Lucky for his 3rd touchdown catch of the game. 7-yard throw to put the Dogs up 5. It's Georgia's first lead since they had a 17-14 lead back in the second quarter. Peyton Woodring has it teed up on the 35 on the far hash, kicking right, ready to go. Kicking team flares out across the 30-yard line, and here's Woodring's kick. And he'll boom this one with an extra dose of adrenaline there for good measure. It lands in the air about 2-3 yards over the back line of the end zone for the touchback. The joint is jumping. Scoreboard says get loud. That's no problem. Everybody on their feet for the most part here in striped out Sanford Stadium. Black, white, and red. From the 25-yard line, Ole Miss has the football. 1st and 10. Chambliss in the shotgun with Lacey to his right. Play fake. Sets up and throws to Lacey in the near flat. Caught at the 21, and we belt him around the 25. He caught it behind the line. Didn't get a whole lot of positive yards. Quintavious Johnson was on duty on that side of the field and made the hit at about the 25.5. They'll give him a yard to the 26, 2nd and 9. Ole Miss ready to move again. They trail by 5 with 7 minutes remaining in the game. Shotgun snap. Here it comes. Play fake to Lacey. Sets up. 4-man rush. Throws it to Lacey in the left flat. Off his hands and incomplete. He was unguarded. He had a tight end blocking in front of him, but he didn't make the catch behind the line. Just bounced right off his hands into the sideline. Incomplete. It's 3rd and 9.
It's an incomplete pass. It'll be 3rd down.
Quintavious Johnson had pressure, made Chambliss throw it a little too quick and definitely too hard for his running back.
6:51 remaining. Clock stopped with the incomplete pass. 3rd down and 9. Here comes pressure. Chambliss going deep. One-on-one coverage and incomplete. Around the 50-yard line, Dogs had a man covering DeMello Jones down there deep. They wanted Harrison Wallace on the fly route, but broken up or dropped around the 45 or 50-yard line. And for the 2nd consecutive time, Ole Miss will go 3 and out and have to punt it away.
Pocket started to collapse on Chambliss, but also, too, Scott, the emergence of DeMello Jones since the second half of Tennessee. Just been a tremendous player for Georgia.
Here's Bird to punt it away for the 2nd time for Ole Miss. And Branch lets it bounce. It was right on the sideline, took a right turn and stayed in bounds, and he got about an extra 14-yard on the kick and roll down to the 10, and that's where Ole Miss will down the football. 64 yards with that extra bounce and roll, and the Dogs have it on the 10, and we've got a timeout with 6:32 to go. Can we do what we did at Auburn last week and just grind it out and get out of here with a win? 6:32 to try to do that. It's the Dogs 40, Ole Miss 35 with a timeout. Our second half brought to you by First Franklin Financial. Go see the friendly Franklin folks at one of their convenient Georgia locations. We'll come back to Sanford Stadium right after this on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Creature Comforts Brewing Company is the official craft beer of your Georgia Bulldogs. These two Athens institutions have joined forces to connect quality beer with the passion and pageantry of the UGA faithful. This year, we're going to light up Sanford with Creature Comforts' new Classic City Light. With only 95 calories and 3.5 carbs, Classic City is good light beer, proudly made right here in Athens, Georgia. It's not game day without a Creature Comforts Classic City Light. Available at your favorite retailers. One hometown, one team. Go Dogs! Sip 'em. Creature Comforts Brewing Company. Good dogs drink responsibly.
Bulldog fans know victories are built one play at a time. Waste Eliminator builds a cleaner future the same way. From recycling construction debris to composting food waste, our team is committed to keeping Georgia greener for generations to come. Waste Eliminator. We make a difference. Proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs. Learn more at wasteeliminator.com.
Hi, this is Lee Futch, Assistant Athletic Director for the Georgia Way. As the bank of doing, Wells Fargo is proud to be an official sponsor of the Georgia Bulldogs. Wells Fargo is supporting our student athletes on and off the field. With interactive financial health curriculum and empowerment resources, Wells Fargo has a game plan for the full student athlete experience from their first semester on campus through graduation. Learn more about what Wells Fargo is doing to put people and communities first by visiting wellsfargo.com/impact.
Do you have questions about Medicare? Let us help. Aetna has Medicare Advantage plans that include prescription drug coverage with a $0 monthly plan premium. Plus, plans include benefits for your whole health, like dental, vision, and hearing. Call Aetna today at 1-888-76-AETNA to learn more. There's no obligation to enroll. One of our licensed agents will answer your call and help you pick the right plan for you. Aetna Medicare is an HMO PPO plan with a Medicare contract. Our D-SNPs also have contracts with state Medicaid programs. Enrollment in our plans depends on contract renewal. Plan features and availability may vary by service area.
Back inside the Piedmont Healthcare radio booth here at Sanford Stadium. Georgia with a 5-point lead, 40-35 on 5th-ranked Ole Miss with 6:32 to play. Georgia will start after the punt on our own 10-yard line. Ball's on the near hash. Georgia trying to get it off the goal line there, so to speak, and move to the right. Gunnar Stockton with 4 touchdown passes today. He's perfect in the second half, 10 for 10 on his pass attempts. Frazier's in the backfield, work out of the shotgun, hand it to Nate Frazier. He starts right, cuts back left on the move, pushes it forward right up the hash mark across the 15, almost the 17-yard line. Antonio Kite, a 2-time transfer in the SEC, makes the tackle. Kite, also from Auburn and Alabama, his 3rd SEC school is Ole Miss. Up to the 17-yard line, a gain of 7 for the Bulldogs. 2 receivers on the right side. It's the short side of the field for Gunnar Stockton. Frazier to the right of the quarterback. Out of the shotgun, hand it to Nate again. Finds some daylight at left guard. He just cut right around Drew Bobo between Micah Morris and stuck his nose and his helmet and his face mask all up in there to the 20-yard line, and he gets the first down. He got 3 and a first.
Man, Ole Miss tried to bring a run blitz right there, but they ran into the Gaston Wall. That joker just absolutely planted that Ole Miss defender.
Chauncey Bowen's in the game, and that is a big wall. It's 6'7" and 360. And it's at right tackle right now for the Dogs. Clock is moving, 5:20. Both teams have all their timeouts remaining. 2 tight ends and a receiver in tight to the left. Out of the pistol, Bowens play fake and blitz pressure by Ole Miss, and they're going to get Stockton for a loss. Xavier Harris came sprinting in. The big senior at 6'8", gets the 2nd sack of the game for Ole Miss. And Stockton down at the 18-yard line, a loss of 2. He almost blew up the play fake. Looked like Gunnar was going to hand it to Bowens, and he kept it, and then that's when he got dropped for a 2-yard loss. So it's 2nd and 12 now. Dogs behind the sticks. Clock still moving. 4:37, 4:36. Dogs snap it. Stockton to throw. 1-on-1, far sideline, and caught. Brilliant catch. Dylan Bell. Who else? Way in Ole Miss territory at the 46-yard line. Ricky Fletcher made the tackle, but he's the guy that got beat. Dylan Bell just toe-tagged him. What a brilliant catch by Dylan.
And another perfect throw from Gunnar. He had Fletcher draped all over Dylan Bell. That's been pass interference on us all day. That should have been pass interference on them, but it didn't matter. Another perfectly thrown football from Gunnar Stockton. Great catch, Dylan Bell.
Huge 37-yard gain. Clock ticks under 4 minutes. Dogs in plus territory on the Ole Miss 46. Single setback is Bowens. Gunner's gone under center, turns and tosses. A sweep to Bowens. Chauncey to the 40, jumps over a man on the ground, and they hit him in the air, knock him out of bounds into the Georgia sideline. Around the 36, maybe the 37 on this near side. Jones and Williams make the stop for the Ole Miss Rebels. Clock still running. 3:32, 31 on the move, and Georgia's on the move at the Ole Miss 36-yard line. We got 10 right there. Not quite a full 10. It's 2nd down in inches for the Dogs. Georgia takes its time in the huddle. Play clock at 13. We break out. 3 receivers left. Chauncey flip-flops around Stockton in the backfield to his right now. Snap back. He'll throw it to Branch. Open. A lot of running room. 35, 32, and they close in nicely. Ole Miss defense. They sprinted to the finish of that play, but Branch gets the first down, and they chase him out of bounds across the way in the Ole Miss sideline at the 31-yard line. He got 5 yards. 8th catch of the game for Zachariah Branch. And Stockton still hasn't missed in the second half.
Gunnar just using that play as an extended handoff. When the numbers are like they were, you had more numbers for Georgia offensively to the left side of our formation. Let's just throw it out there and let Branch make a good play.
1st and 10 Dogs on the Ole Miss 31-yard line, leading by 5, trying to secure this thing. Less than 3 minutes to go. We hand it off Frazier. He runs to the right. He makes 2 men miss. He cuts back across the green and dives straight ahead inside the 30, down close to the 25. They're going to bring it back a little bit, though. 27 and a half and a timeout. Ole Miss calls a time before the 2-minute timeout, stopping the clock at 2:16, and the Dogs are on the move. On the 28-yard line, that run officially at 3 yards for Nate Frazier. And Ole Miss stops the clock, and they put 3 seconds back on the clock and leave it at 2 minutes and 19 seconds remaining. Georgia 40, Ole Miss 35.
Scott, we're going to pull back at these numbers once this game's over this week, and I'm going to go back and look and see what was our yardage gain on first down today. I feel like on first down, we have absolutely dominated that down. You just saw it there. A little bitty run, right? Nate Frazier's running to the right, nothing there, slams on the brakes, but gets 3 or 4 yards, which, by the way, on first down, 3 or 4 yards, that's a win. That's what I mean when we say success on first and second down makes third down conversion so easy.
Georgia over 500 total yards in the game, 509. We've rushed for 220 and thrown for 289. Stockton 26 of 31 today for 289 yards passing, 4 touchdowns. 2:19 to go in the game. 2nd and 7 from the 28 for the Dogs. We're going to hand it to Frazier. Frazier at right tackle down the hash, following a lineman into the hole, and he's going to be stopped inside the 25 at the 24. He got almost a full 4 yards.
Ole Miss, it is their second. It will be 32nd.
2 linemen made the tackle that time, Cam Franklin and Jamarius Brown, to stop the clock on the timeout. They put another second back on it, and the clock at 2:14. Ole Miss has 1 timeout remaining, and we'll have a timeout at the 2-minute mark. Georgia trying to secure this thing. They lead by 5, 40-35. Started this possession at the 10-yard line. 9th play of the drive coming up. We've covered 66 yards so far and taken 4:20 off the clock. Georgia did it at Auburn last week. 8 minutes and 45 seconds, tying for the longest drive time-wise in school history. And they punched it in at the end of it with an exclamation point on a 10-yard touchdown run by Gunnar Stockton. Trying to do it again tonight. Stockton in the shotgun, actually the pistol now with Frazier behind him. We flip-flop 3 tight ends now. Riddell joins Lucky and Delp on the left side. Hand it off to Frazier. They run that way. He's got blocking. Oh, Ole Miss closes it nicely. And they wrap up Frazier as he cuts through the hole at the 23. That's Andrew Jones. The senior linebackers had a pretty good game for the Rebels. He's made a lot of tackles.
He's made a lot of tackles just like that. Us not being able to get up on the second level to be able to get that corner pinned. Good job that time by Dontrell Glover pulling around. You just had Jaden Riddell slip off his block a little too soon. And Scott, you've heard me say this kind of every game this season. You can't run past color, right? You can't run past the opposing team defensively, whether that's your guy to block or not. If he's crossing your face, you got to block him. And the young tight end right there, let him go.
Looked like on the replay, too, that Frazier got to the 23, but they've actually spotted the ball on the 24. I'm not sure that's a great spot. But that brings up 4th down now, 4th and 2 with 2:09 to go. And we send on the field goal unit. So it's a 5-point lead, 3 more here. Well, you can do the math. It would be 8. Ball's on the far hash. Woodring will try a field goal here, kicking to the right. This should be about a 42-yard try. To go up 8 with 2:09 remaining. Woodring has made both of his attempts today, trying to go 3 for 3. 42-yard try. Bo Gardner to snap. Gunner to hold. Peyton to kick. Kick is away towards the uprights. And good! And good! Peyton Woodring with a 42-yarder to put Georgia up 43-35.
Scott, that was a low snap handled well by Gunner Stockton. That ball was on the ground when it got to Stockton. And the old baseball player in and put that right on the tee just perfectly, even though they're really hitting the tee there. But he put it right on perfect tee for Woodring to hit it.
Good hands from Gunner Stockton. And with that good kick, the good hands at Allstate will contribute to the Georgia Bulldogs Athletic Scholarship Funds for student athletes across all sports. Thank you to Allstate. 2:06 to go, fourth quarter. Georgia now 43, Ole Miss 35 is Georgia's largest lead of the game. 8 points, and we'll kick it back to the Rebels here. A reminder that Bulldogs football, brought to you in part by Piedmont Healthcare, offers you exceptional hassle-free care closer to home. Piedmont, the official healthcare provider of UGA Athletics. 10-play drive from our own 10-yard line. 66 yards in 4 minutes and 27 seconds. And Woodring good from 42 yards to put the Dogs up 8. Woodring to kick it away from left to right. And he hits it low and it squibs. A high bounce at the 10 taken by Hartrup. And Hartrup up the numbers and hit as he crosses the 25, or the 20-yard line, up close to the 25 and stopped. Looks like they're going to spot him back around the 23-yard line or so, and we've got a timeout at the 2-minute mark. That was Justin Williams that made the hit on the kick return. I think that's the first one they've tried to return today. We've got a time here in Athens. 2 minutes to go. Georgia leads Ole Miss by 8. It's the Dogs 43 and the Rebels 35. Our second half tonight brought to you by First Franklin Financial. Visit 1ffc.com to learn more. Back for the finish. Final 2 minutes of the game coming up next on the Bulldog Sports Network.
The red zone. That last area of the field the Dogs have to maneuver before they celebrate a touchdown. In financial planning, there's also a red zone. Those last few years of planning before you celebrate retirement. Just like the Dogs have to execute their game plan, you need a game plan for retirement. At the Hoffman Financial Group, we start with a free portfolio x-ray. It's a deep dive into your retirement accounts. What's working? What's not working? Are you headed for a big tax bill? Will you have enough income? What are your options for Social Security? We're here to help you tackle all the issues you face in retirement. Call the Hoffman Financial Group today for a free portfolio x-ray. 770-758-6288. That's 770-758-6288. Or online at unleashyourmoney.com. The Hoffman Financial Group is a proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs. Investment advisory services offered through Brookstone Wealth Advisors, a registered investment advisor. Insurance and annuities offered through the Hoffman Financial Group, Inc. Georgia Insurance License 163546.
If you've been hit hard, on the field or off, you need more than a whistle. You need a law firm that hits back. Morgan & Morgan Atlanta, 191 Peachtree Street, Atlanta, Georgia. Dial pound law or visit forthepeople.com. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome. Getting hit hard isn't just part of football. It's part of life. A car crash, a bad fall, an injury that takes you out of the game, you don't shake that off. You fight back. With over $25 billion recovered, Morgan & Morgan helps injured people across the great state of Georgia get the compensation they deserve. Because when life hits hard, you need a law firm that hits harder. Morgan & Morgan Atlanta, 191 Peachtree Street, Atlanta, Georgia. Dial pound law or visit forthepeople.com. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
After you work out, you can feel worn out. Reach for Core Power to recover right. A delicious protein shake with 26 grams of high-quality protein to build muscle. Champion your recovery with Core Power. Proud partner of Georgia football. Learn more at corepower.com.
Dogs have owned the fourth quarter so far. We've scored 17 points in the period. Ole Miss with a goose egg. Rebels only have 1 yard of offense in the fourth quarter. Georgia has grinded out 146 yards of offense, and the Dogs lead it by a score of 43-35. 75 yards rushing in the period, 0 for Ole Miss. Their only yard is a passing yard. That's it. Georgia was 71 yards through the air. Again, outscoring Ole Miss 17-0 here in the fourth quarter. This recap brought to you by Ag South, Ag Georgia, and Southwest Georgia Farm Credit, loan for land and farms. 2 minutes to go in the game. Georgia with an 8-point lead. The defense is on the field. 1st and 10 Rebels from their own 23-yard line.
Elo Mendoza in to rush the passer for Georgia with some of his first meaningful snaps of the day today.
They've got Harris standing upright on the right side and Mendoza on the left side. Now we shift the lineman. Horton in the middle, and Ole Miss will run it, and they've got a little seam there. Quickly up across the 30-yard line goes Kewan Lacey for a quick burst and a first down up to the 35-yard line, a 12-yard pickup. Clock at 1:50. Ole Miss has no timeouts remaining. Chambliss to throw over the middle. Low, can't scoop it up. The tight end, Daquan Wright. He tumbled to the turf at the Georgia 49, trying to bend over and scoop it off the grass. Couldn't get it. Incomplete. 2nd down and 10. Clock stops with 1:44 to go. 2nd and 10 for the Rebels on their own 35-yard line. Georgia with an 8-point lead, trying to hang on here. Chambliss in the shotgun, one back to his left in the backfield. They snap it back. Chambliss with a 4-man rush. One guy falls at his feet. That was Harris. He turns and spins, rolls out of the pocket, throws it into the sideline, incomplete on the far side of the field. Gabe Harris almost got him and stumbled at his feet. Chambliss was able to roll away from that, but he backpedaled way inside the 20 to throw it, and he tossed it incomplete, trying to find Deuce Alexander on the sideline. He was not successful. It's 3rd and 10 for the Rebels. Josh Horton had good pressure on the other side on the pass rush. Noise is loud on the east end of the field. Dogs moving around on defense. Mendoza now lined up on the right side. 3rd and 10. Chambliss drops back. Pressure closing in on the pocket. Oh, almost intercepted on the throw over the middle up the hash. Dalen Everett had it hit him in the hands, and he dropped it at the 48. Trying to go again to Deuce Alexander.
Scott, Georgia made an adjustment defensively, went man coverage right there. They've been in zone all day long to stop the big play of Ole Miss, but they went man coverage there. That definitely confused the young quarterback.
Here's match point number 1. This is the ball game if Ole Miss doesn't convert. 4th and 10 from their own 35-yard line. Snap back. Chambliss to throw. Pass is batted up in the air. Incomplete. Horton knocked it down at the line of scrimmage. Dogs are going to win the game. Big Josh Horton is framed 6'4" and 305. The arms extended. He's celebrating with Jordan Hall right now. A little chest bumping going on the field. They knocked it down. Ole Miss denied again. Their last 3 possessions, they went 3 and out, and turnover on downs. 1:28 remains. They've got no timeouts and no way to stop the clock, and the Dogs just have to take a beautiful knee and win the game.
And Scott, there's been our quarterback pressure we've been asking for all season long. The last 3 offensive possessions for Ole Miss. Georgia just in the backfield in Chambliss's face.
Gunner takes the snap, takes the knee, and the countdown begins. Well, Kirby wasn't too far off the mark at halftime. We start playing in the second half. Well, certainly the defense showed up in the fourth quarter. Georgia outscoring Ole Miss in the fourth 17-0 and giving up virtually nothing to the Ole Miss offense, which had its way with Georgia for most of the game, just possession after possession, touchdown after touchdown. But the Dogs are going to win the game tonight. Less than a minute to go. The Dogs will take another knee here. Let the clock run down a little bit more, and then one more snap will do it. Ole Miss can't stop the clock. They snap it to Gunner. 42 seconds remaining. We need to snap it one more time. Don't run on the field yet. One more time, clock at 35. We snap it once again, and that will be it. And Georgia will improve to 6-1 and 4-1 in the SEC. There's the snap, there's the knee, and there's the game. Georgia will win, knocking off 5th-ranked Ole Miss as the former colleagues and friends Lane Kiffin and Kirby Smart meet at the middle of the field, surrounded by bodies right now and cameras and microphones and Georgia State patrolmen. And the clock hits 0, and Georgia is a winner tonight, 43-35. They knock off the number 5 team in the country. Kirby Smart's teams now 8-0 on their home field against top 10 competition. Dogs a winner, 43-35. Ole Miss with the loss, their first of the season. They're now 6-1 and 3-1 in the SEC. Georgia is off next Saturday to get ready for the Florida Gators in Jacksonville in 2 weeks. Final score from Athens tonight, and it's a sweet one. Georgia 43, Ole Miss 35. Stay tuned. Our post-game coverage is straight ahead on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Gunnar Stockton, quarterback of the Georgia Bulldogs.
And I'm Ken Nugent, proud sponsor of the Georgia Bulldogs and Georgia's favorite personal injury attorney.
This season, Ken and I are teaming up to make our touchdowns count even more.
That's right. For every touchdown the Dogs score this year, I'm donating $200 to the Boys and Girls Club here in Athens.
It's about giving back to the kids in our community, and that's something we can all cheer for.